Welcome back, baby. My wife loves it when I say that. This is Shonen Pulse episode 40. On this show, we talk about manga. You know what time it is, baby. We back. It's three of us today. Short show. Not short. I don't know why I said that. Short crew. We got Big Yato. We got Knox
Yeah.
and Papa Traffy.
Yo.
No weed, but it's all good. He has some family stuff come up. But on this show, we talk about 9 or 10 manga, 10 right now. Chainsaw Man, Dandadan, Centuria, Gachiakuta, Ranger Reject, which we gonna have to talk about at some point probably. Shangri-La Frointier, Ichi The Witch, Otr of The Flame, Kagurabachi, and Jujutsu Kaisen sequel dose part 2, Modulo. We got some things to say, like hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the hype button, because last week y'all ain't really hit that hype button. I got my eye on y'all. Do it this week, baby. Please.
We
baby.
watching you.
Baby. Yeah,
Baby.
watching. We also got we got membership set up, and we got a Patreon set up. So those you can find the info for that in the description down below. So if you want to be a member, right now it don't really benefit you other than that thought that you get inside that makes you tingle when you know that you did a good thing and you help some guys out. It's just a supportive tier. So we ain't got no benefits right now, but we're working on it. Maybe we'll have something soon. We're also on Spotify, working on getting on Apple Music sooner or later. The usual things. Hit the comment section. Let us know down below how terrible Papa Traffy's takes were throughout the show.
Yeah, do that.
What?
And things like that. So anyway, it's been a while. I can't remember the intro, but if I forgot anything, I'll come back to it later in the outro. Don't forget, baby. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started off. Chainsaw Man Chapter 215, Declaration of War. Knox, how you feeling?
We've been here before, right? Like this is like we were in this location in part 1, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we were.
So
What was that?
last-
that was the
it was-
hell
so
part,
we're
right? It was when
not.
we fought like the darkness devil or whatever.
yeah, but they got
Yeah.
taken to hell, and now it's like hell came to them, kind of deal.
Right, because there was some kind of like ritual or some kind of like conditions that had to be met in order for like a big hand to reach out from the sky and like grab everyone and
Yeah.
like take them here. But this time,
Yeah, that was some doll devil shenanigans.
yeah, it was some doll devil shit. Yeah. But this time it just kind of like pulled up on us, which is really interesting. It was crazy to see this location again. I'd completely forgotten about it.
Yeah, were y'all expecting, when you saw the doors at the end of last week, since y'all weren't here, it was just you left me and Weeb here to talk. Poor
Sorry.
guy.
I'm sorry.
What were you guys expecting when you saw the doors? Were you thinking, Darkness Devil or anything? What were you thinking, Knox?
Yeah, that was the first thing that came to mind.
Okay. What about you, Traff?
The Hell Devil.
Okay. Yeah, because like we saw the Hell Devil at the end of part 1, and I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe not Darkness, because I don't think we'll repeat that. But Hell, kinda. I mean, I felt more Hell, but like also not Hell. But I don't know. I was just like, maybe it's a different, not Horseman, but another Primal Fear. But I don't know. We got War. So
But it doesn't mean that we can't see those devils while we're here, right? Like they weren't defeated or anything. They weren't,
yeah,
like-
yeah.
like
they weren't like
they-
erased.
yeah, they could just be here if they wanted to be, right? Like they could pull up and be like, "Yo, what's up? Been a while."
I thought about that,
Yeah.
and one other thing I thought about is the fact that whenever these devils appear, it's just a boatload of doors, and the doors serve as portals. So there's no guarantee that she's linked to any other devil we've seen. This could just be the door that she uses to travel at full power or whatever like that.
Sure.
Yeah, I do like the idea of like potentially having other devils pull up, because that would be cool. What if they showed up just to watch? Like, Chainsaw Man is fighting the War Devil. I think I'll pull up and watch this, and we just have like a fucking an audience of devils that just pull up and watch the fight. Like they don't participate.
They're
It's
they're
just
treating it like the remaining Jujutsu sorcerers watching Sukuna and Gojo
Yeah.
fight, and they're like talking about shit the way that Yuji and everybody else were. That would be insane.
That'd be crazy. It is just like
Yeah.
fucking freakish designs everywhere. We get like we see some devils and get like maybe the Darkness Devil does pull up, but it doesn't say anything. It's just creepy. It sits there, and then we got like
I don't
the
think it said
fucking-
anything last time.
Yeah, no, it didn't. But I'm just saying, like I
Oh,
don't
it
see
did.
it like changing.
What
Did
did
it?
it say?
Yeah. It wasn't clear. It was like a mumble,
Oh, and it was
but
some
it did
weird,
speak
like,
to Makima.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Was
Yeah.
the
I'll see if
dialogue
I can
just
find
like
it real quick.
was the dialogue just like wingdings font or whatever, where it's just
Yeah,
like symbols?
just a
No,
bunch of
so
ants.
I remember the font was like I'll check, but
Yeah,
let me get through that real quick.
Yeah, I
yeah,
want to
for
say that's
sure.
between like 70 or something, like 60 to 70. But
Yeah.
yeah, just having a bunch of devils pull up and watch the fight like a gladiatorial event or something would be dope if they're just like sitting there and fucking they're sitting on other humans and shit. Like they bring their own like fucking uh like as not slaves, but like how the aging devil was like sitting on humans that
Oh
formed
yeah,
like chairs and stuff, like a bunch of like devils kind of like in the crowd watching. That'd be dope.
I'd be here
I
for
feel like
that.
yeah, I love that. Probably won't happen since we had a cool idea, and just won't happen. But yeah, this was a good chapter. I loved Asa kind of pouring through her Yoru, just falling through just vomit of intestines, and then she kind of catches on it and sits down. And it just throwback to her first appearance when she's sitting on like
Ah,
and she's like, I'm
yeah, in
gonna make the
chapter
Chainsaw
one.
Man puke. Yeah,
Oh shit, that is totally similar to that, isn't it? I completely forgot about that.
yeah. She was sitting on a pile of. I think she was sitting on that like Tanaka guy. She made a sword out of his body, but the rest of I
Yeah,
think
her like weird
it
ass
was
teacher.
yeah, maybe it was like the Justice Devil or something. She was sitting on a pile of like human remains and guts and shit last time, but
Mm-hmm.
pretty similar.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so looking into it, it's not. I remember the arms that get cut off. They spelled something out,
Yeah, they
but
spelled Makima.
yeah, and I think that's the only thing he said,
Oh,
which
okay,
was
okay.
artistically said to say the least.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But it wasn't an
But
actual
the
dialogue bubble.
yeah,
Okay.
the reason I went back though is because I wanted to look at doors.
At the doors.
Yeah,
Doors.
I wanted to see if, maybe this door looks the same as the one the Death Devil came out of, but that's not the case. The door that. Actually, maybe.
Hmm.
It's a pretty standard looking door both times, and then you have like special looking doors around it, so
This nigga a door
it
inspector.
could be the same.
Real
I
thick
am.
doors. Yeah,
uh,
yeah, cool chapter.
I really like
Yeah,
the art in like kind of like the showdown scene with Yoru and Chainsaw Man. Like, do you accept? He like doesn't say shit, like that's fine, I don't need a response. So then it turns into this like John Woo like standoff kind of
yeah.
composition. And I can't help but think of like the whistling, like I can't whistle, but like the high noon gunman.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that kind of shit is what I heard in the background as I'm paging through this shit.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that's what
I
he'd be going for.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that when I looked at this panel when they're having like this standoff, my first thought was to compare it to Kagurabachi, and it's just like nobody does it like Hokuzono.
Nah, God. But I mean, even Hokuzono is channeling like Akira Kurosawa or some other kind of director or mangaka that like it's not the first time we've seen standoff scenes like this, and I always love seeing different mangakas' interpretations of or attempts at creating this kind of vibe in their story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I like the way it looks. However, it does feel like it's kind of like plain in comparison to how some others have done standoffs.
Yeah, it's a little more flat. A
Yeah.
But
little less going on.
I guess because
Dynamically.
of what he's going for afterwards, when it's like the next scene is them being ripped apart.
Right.
Chainsaw Man tearing her, cutting her in 6 different places.
Right.
So it's like he's saving it for that, and Chainsaw Man's got guts flying out his stomach and shit. So I am impressed though, because like no one else in the past was really fast enough to react to Chainsaw Man like doing shit, but Yoru has been able to, like, she landed three or four shots on him in this.
Yeah, you can even
this like
see her
exchange.
in the top of her torso. She's like throwing jabs and shit, like as she's getting cut in half or whatever
Yeah.
in the double page spread. So she was getting busy with him. But yeah,
Yeah,
normally when it's
she's
like
quick.
this, when it's this bloodlusted Pochita Chainsaw Man, he kind of just does his Zorro maneuvers, and niggas are just
Yeah.
turned into Roblox. So
Yeah, he's behind you and he's putting this shit away and you cut up.
yeah, and all of a sudden you're fucking Lincoln Logs. Like, okay,
Yeah. Fucking frame is cut in half.
yeah,
Yeah, nah. Vegeta be fucking doing work, but like, yeah, nah, this is interesting. I did see people complaining. Not well, I don't know if I say complaining, but like when it got to the page where she was like, "Let's wage war," I saw somebody say like, all this build up this whole time has been just leading up to this page. I'm disappointed, and I'm like,
hmm that's an
it doesn't.
interesting interpretation, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
because
really
like,
is.
because like that doesn't like people got to stop. Like, I get it.
People are so like
You read,
reductionist
yeah, and you review what's in front of you. So
or
it's like, yeah, you
reductive
can't.
rather. Yeah, reductive is the
Yeah,
word I
you,
wanted
you
there.
you can't exactly like talk about an event that hasn't happened yet, but like you talk about what's in front of you, and so yeah, this is what we have now. We don't know what the next chapters are gonna have, but like this is Fujimoto, and Chainsaw Man has always just been fucking crazy, batshit, sometimes random, wild shit coming out of nowhere. So like this, yeah, it might seem like Final Fight, but the God Devil or something might pull up. Like we don't know what is actually going to happen here. Like it seems like Final Fight, but there's still characters who haven't shown up, and it's like, yeah, Fujimoto might say fuck Kobeni and fuck um Kishibe and fuck the Blood Devil and fuck XYZ and A, B, and C, but like just because we see a war going on doesn't mean that like when they finish scrapping it's going to be the end of the series. There's this could get interrupted. Another devil could join. You think the Death Devil and Famine Devil are just going to sit there and fucking knit sweaters while this is happening? Like there's other characters
Yeah.
who can do
I
stuff.
mean,
It's always just so frustrating that it seems like the internet has the most simple takeaways from anything that happens in a week to week series that is talked about to this degree. And it's like they'll see something happen, they'll have like the most surface level, like simple like takeaway from it, and then just immediately start doom posting. And
Yeah.
it's like that's what we have to
like
talk about now for the next week instead of like anything else related to the chapter. And it's just really
it's
annoying.
crazy because it's a multifaceted story, and even this chapter alone shares that. Because like the first part of the chapter, you get to the let's wage war part, and yeah, that was Yoru's story. That's what Yoru's story has been leading up to. And then you scroll just a few pages, and then you have Denji meeting Asa in his little mind space, I guess. And it's like, okay, she's been chasing what for so long?
Yeah.
It's not the end game of the story. It's just like getting to the end game of one character.
And maybe,
So
and even
what
if
is
it
the
was,
complaint?
even if it was the end game of the story, we don't know how long the end game stretch of storytelling will last and everything that'll happen inside of it. You know what I mean? Like you can
Yeah.
look at it, you can look at a page like 7 where it says "Let's wage war" and go, "Oh my God, is this the final fight?" And it's like, okay, well, what if the final fight is like takes place over 50 chapters and a bunch of other
Yeah.
crazy shit happens that is really relevant to other storytelling threads that have been hung down and everything gets wrapped up and everything feels good by the end. Then it doesn't really
And also-
matter that this page is a signifier of a final fight at all. It's just very
Yeah, because it's like a lot of the times when people like declare war, like they don't immediately start fighting right then. Like they fucking we're going to war with this place, and it's like, all right, fuck those dudes. Let's go back home and fucking regroup and get our shit together. Like they might have a little squabble here and then bounce and be like, all right, so like we're gonna fucking have our war in 13 days on when the fucking sun rises or something. They might not even this fight right here might end next week, and
Yeah.
then they both be like, that was cool. I like that. Like
it's
both of them.
almost like wars are a series of battles that make them
Yeah.
up that can be 3 to 10 to 20 to 100 to like till whenever it ends. Like war doesn't like mean like if she were to say let this be our final fight or something like that, that's a little
Yeah.
bit different, but she just said let's wage war, so I don't know if we need to be clutching pearls like that.
Right.
And then we open the next chapter, and Pochita and Yoru start making out.
What? Yo, I wouldn't put it past this nigga, but
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but Yeah, good chapter. Fucking Asa, not I keep calling her Asa, but Yoru, she's kind of got death in a spot, where she can't use her powers. It's like,
Yeah, that was an interesting
yeah,
exchange for sure.
yeah, it's like, damn, she really cares about those people. Like she cares about food and her friends back at the fucking stupid kids club. So it's like you kill me and you're gonna kill everybody. All your buddies are gonna die too. It's like, well, shit, you got me there. I still want to know what the fuck famine wants, because she doesn't say shit. She just stays there and cries.
Yeah, like whenever shit like this happens, where it's like two characters that are kind of like clashing, or multiple characters that are clashing, but one of them is just in the background, not saying shit or doing shit. It always makes me feel like, okay, what are you saving this character for? Because
Yeah.
probably going to be some insane shit if you're constantly showing them in the background and dangling them in front of us, but not doing anything for a while.
It was kind of like Zetsu from Naruto, where it's like he was
Yeah.
always there, and like I always knew the story couldn't end at least until he died, because he never fucking died. And then at the end, he was like, "Yeah, what if I fucking brought aliens or whatever?"
Whoa.
It's
I
like, oh,
think
this thing
the
is
Black
important.
Setsu.
I think the craziest
Yeah,
part about the Horsemen in Chainsaw Man is that they try to take each other out, but they all technically benefit from each other if their end goal was to get stronger. So, for example, if Yoru's dream came true and the world was in a constant state of war, um, then everybody's going to fear death. So, just off rip, that's Yoru and Little D getting stronger from the war. And then you think about the consequences of war, which can lead to a lack of food, especially for people on the battlefield. And now you have famine getting stronger due to the war.
Yeah.
And then, you loop in control, and during war, your government typically locks down on their citizens.
And starts introducing propaganda and like rhetoric for control purposes, or
yeah.
just like
Yep,
overall rallying to their cause for
I
inside of
think it all
they
society.
all benefit from it.
Yeah.
we all benefit, but I think the differences is just all of their like mental ages, their maturity levels and stuff. Like they all kind of are at different points. Like it seems like the Death Devil is a little bit more mature than say like the War Devil. And ever since part two started, I've always said I felt like the War Devil was the youngest. He was the most childish, and I was saying that like when Chainsaw Man ate, the nukes, I considered that as her, being disarmed. Like he took my toy and put it on top of the fridge. Now I can't play with it. And like the whole time, this whole story arc with her has been, kind of like trying to prove herself, and I'm strong, I'm big and bad, I can beat Chainsaw Man, and she gets a thrill from war and stuff. But the Death Devil was like, when the Death Devil was talking about like if she even if they managed to kill her or whatever, like another Death Devil would just come and it wouldn't be the same personality. It probably wouldn't care about like the people that she cares about. And like she specifically says that she likes, I don't know whether or not it was true, or if this was her like pretending to be the Famine Devil, but she was like, if the Death Devil comes, then all of the delicious foods that I get to eat will no longer, be a thing. And it's like I like to eat apple pie and pizza, so like let's not blow up this world.
Yeah.
So it's like this
Wasn't
different. Mhm.
wasn't Little D confirmed to be the oldest of the Horsemen?
I don't think they ever stated who was the oldest. They never
I,
said.
well, not specifically oldest, but I think Yoru said like, or yeah, I think it was Yoru said like, this is our big sister.
Hmm.
Hmm. I
I'd
I
have to
don't.
think
go back and
I
look.
feel like I remember that too, actually.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think it was when they were talking about the Nostradamus prophecy,
Okay.
and she was like, "Our big sister's coming" or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Either way, like I feel like it's like even though they benefit each other, it's like the Death Devil doesn't want this benefit. I don't know whether
No,
it's like
no.
she already is, she feels content with her power level, or it's just she really just has strong connections to the humans that exists, or she just is tired of it. Like this cycle of us dying and coming back and doing crazy stuff. Like I like who I am now. I don't really want to die and come back as like a fucking Beanie Baby next time. I kind of like who I am, and the people that I know and the food that I get to eat. So let's not fuck up this world this time. Maybe maybe in 1,000 years we can do it again when all these people are dead, and I don't have anything to care about. Then fuck it. But right now, like these people are cool, and people like the War Devil are like, nah, I'm fucking killing makes me horny. I want to keep killing people and having war and getting stronger, and I gotta prove myself and be better than all of you and shit like that. So
the So I do want to get into two of the questions that I have from this chapter. The first is, Little D says, if I use my power, you'll die instantly. And Yoru responds, but you can't control its strength, right? So, in what sense is this the case? Like, if you use your powers, you'll kill everyone, or what?
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah, I
killing
think that's
everyone.
kind of what's implied there, maybe. Or maybe
Yeah.
it's like this
Okay.
huge radius that just so happens to include, her people. But they're also kind of in like a pocket dimension right now, I want to say. Like they're
No, no,
not. Oh.
they're still in the city.
Yeah, you can see
Oh.
buildings.
Page
Oh, I guess you
Page
can,
3.
huh?
3. Yeah.
Okay. So then, oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then later pages you can see the city too.
Oh, yeah, you totally can. Okay.
Yeah, so the doors just appeared like in
Yeah,
the
the doors
sky
just
above,
appeared
like
and dropped her off, and now she's here in the city. Okay, so it's not,
yeah,
it's so much different than the last time that we went here in
yeah,
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's either yeah, she turns it on and everybody dies, or like it's just such a huge range that when she activates it, it just so happens to include the people that she cares about, because maybe the radius is like, I don't know, with Tokyo or wherever they're at is like the focal point, and then it covers like most of Asia and like a lot of Europe and like maybe a little bit of North America and South America. But either way, like her people that she cares about are gonna die. Like it definitely takes up all of Japan whenever she
yeah.
activates it, whether it's every single person on Earth dies or it's a specific radius. It's just too big.
Yeah, Def Devil had no intention on doing it. It was a bluff. It was like, don't do this shit, or I'm just gonna fucking kill you with my powers. It's like, bitch, you go kill everybody.
Yeah.
But that does lead into the second question, which I do have some theories about. So, into the chapter, Asa is like, I've been chasing that for so long, playing the mystery game.
Yeah.
And so it's like, what is that? And
Yeah, what do you think?
generally, my idea is the last time that Dingy was like in these back alleys, he was facing childhood trauma with the fact that he killed his dad.
Right.
So let's assume this is a shared place where trauma is stored. And I don't think it's insignificant that when she's introduced in these alleys, the first thing she does is trip.
Yeah, because she's always tripping.
Yeah, but that also leads to
Just like my girl.
Huh?
Yeah,
Oh, I mean,
that that also leads back to some of her trauma with the fact that her mom died because she tripped.
Yeah.
Is there something further in her past that we're about to explore, or is this going to reveal something that we didn't see in the original flashback?
yeah, she tripped her mom on accident, and she's the reason why her mom fell and died.
And now she just has a tick that causes her to trip every time.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I did see somebody see this, and it was like, just like before when I said somebody was like, all this shit's been leading up to this. Another person tweeted was like, because I've been chasing that for so long, and they were like, we don't know what it is because Fujimoto hasn't made it up yet.
Oh God, did I hate when people say shit like that?
Uh,
Bro, that shit raises my blood pressure so high every time I
It's
see
like,
shit like that.
she didn't tell us what it is because the author doesn't know until next week. Type
No,
shit,
you just don't know until next week,
Yeah.
and that's okay, consumer.
I think it's
go
when
write
for-
a fucking story yourself, and you'll be like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I have ideas that
Like-
probably won't get used for 30 chapters. It's that easy.
what I think.
Do you not
is-
understand what a cliffhanger is?
Right.
Bro, I've been saying that. Like cliffhangers be beating the shit out of people, yo. Like they
Yeah.
see stuff and they're like, oh my, like when Bakugo like got stabbed, they're like, oh my god, he's really dead. And I'm like, bro, have you never read a story? Like, do you not like people were really going on about like dude being dead? I was like, have you not read anything before? Like he's gonna be okay. Like this
Yeah.
happens, bro. But what I think this is some sort of like self forgiveness. Like she wants to be able to forgive herself or accept like the flaws, or like have someone tell her it's okay or something, because she's always everything in her life she's been kind of fucking up, like the whole tripping and getting her mom killed. She tripped and fucking she's tripped a lot, and it caused a lot of shit. Like she tripped to kill the fucking chicken devil, and just
And tripped when she was running from the Bat Devil with God, what's her name?
I forget the blonde chick with the glasses.
Yeah, it's been so
Became
long.
yeah, but yeah,
I feel like it
So
starts with a Y.
long. Oh,
I forget her name, but she's got some like internal shit she's got to deal with, and I think what she's like trying to get to is that stage where she can kind of forgive herself or have someone like tell her it's gonna be okay because she hasn't really had that. It's just been her and the fucking maniac devil inside her saying, let's fucking just kill everything, and just telling her basically what she wants her to hear so that she can continue, giving up her body for war purposes.
You know how much of a like how easy it would make for someone to be a master manipulator when they're inside your body and they can literally hear every single one of your thoughts?
Yeah, it's like, bro, just eat another cookie, dog. What's it gonna hurt? It's like, nigga, I got diabetes.
One cookie's not going to hurt your diabetes. I didn't say anything.
It's like, bro. Yeah, but I think that's what it is. I don't think it's like anything super crazy. I think it's just her trying to, resolve, get over her own traumas and stuff like you were saying, and like, just acceptance, being able to forgive herself and move on.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah. We'll see
That.
next week, hopefully, maybe, unless it
Tomorrow.
just focuses on the fight. Oh yeah, tomorrow. Jeez.
Tomorrow, unless it's a break.
Hey.
Trying to catch it. Flip up to it now. Chainsaw Man. Let's see. Chainsaw. Do we have a chapter tomorrow? Tuesday, September 30. We do have a chapter. So if you're listening to this
Yes,
live,
sir.
which we don't do videos live, but if you're listening to this after it's posted, chapter is out. Just pretend you didn't read the chapter yet. Something else somebody pointed out was that on page 8, Yoru is like standing on the bubble, and this is like the third time she's done something like this in the story, where like when they were in the cafeteria or restaurant, when they were like ordering cake and shit, she like put her leg up on top of like she crossed her legs and put one foot up on top of like the speech bubble,
Oh
and now
yeah, I
she's
remember
standing
that.
on the speech
I
bubble.
remember we talked about that too in the review, I think.
Yeah, I need her to like throw a speech bubble like a fucking disc at Dingy.
That'd be crazy. Captain America speech bubble.
Yeah, fuck this speech bubble.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think I'm flipping through. I don't remember if there was anything else I had to say. This page was fire with them, blasting each other to bits. But like, I wonder how much damage this is actually doing to, Chainsaw Man, because he doesn't have like any arms flying off or anything like that. So she didn't do any crazy big damage like before when she fired like the
it looks like
fucking
she got him in the shoulder, in the titty, and in the guts.
yeah.
At least
This
Oh
ain't
man.
right.
yeah.
As a weird little side note, I saw this video of this dude who basically he made chainsaws that attached to his arms and his helmet.
Oh.
And then he was like cutting up a watermelon. And the interesting part that he pointed out was that when he went down with the head chainsaw to cut the watermelon, because of the chainsaw, it spit all of the inside of the watermelon into his face. And it was like, that makes perfect sense because he needs to drink blood to heal. So whenever he cuts someone with his head, he is directly shooting the blood and gore and viscera into his mouth.
That's
Yeah, it makes
so
sense.
sick, actually. But isn't that determined by the path the chainsaw kind of like takes? Like if he reversed the this
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the direction
Yeah,
that
so
the blades are going.
right. If they're going the opposite way, then it's gonna shoot it away from him rather than towards him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's tight
makes
though.
sense.
I love that.
Yeah, carrying that shit to his mouth. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me. You got anything else for this one, Knox?
No, I think I'm good.
What about you, Traff?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, that's gonna do it for Chainsaw Man, Chapter 215, Declaration of War. Now jumping into Centuria, Chapter 68, Merely. I hate this chapter title, but anyway.
Merrily.
Traffy, you won't hear Merrily. Traffy, you won't hear last week, so go ahead and talk to the people. How you feel about this chapter?
I loved it, for one. For two, the fact that he can copy the fact that Julian can revive, that doesn't feel like it makes sense.
Yeah, and even the superimposed like editor's note or whatever on the front page is like the power of 100 men with no sacrifices behind the miracle. It's like, yeah, nigga, what? We're addressing that in the editor's notes even. So
Yeah.
it makes me
Yeah.
feel like there is some kind of explanation for why it makes sense, but we're just not gonna get it right now. But yeah, I can't think of why that makes sense at all right now.
Yeah.
Like it's cool because it adds like this danger to the fight, but at the same time, it just doesn't feel like it makes sense.
It reminds me of I think they explained it with what was the guy's name in JoJo's Part 5, the antagonist. His was
Kira?
it? No, not Kira. That was Part 4. Part
Oh yeah,
5 was
you're right.
King Crimson. It was either King Crimson or it was Golden Experience Requiem. I can't remember which one, but somebody explained it as basically effect without cause. And so this kind of feels like that too. Like he's getting the ability without the like thing that activates the ability. So like he doesn't
Yeah.
have souls to sacrifice, but he's still getting the 100-man immortality without like a stockpile.
Yeah, and it could also just be that the ability kind of like scans the ability of someone else who's, you know, aiming their hostile intent at him and just knows how it works and like has its own workaround for recreating that effect without having the same, you know, catalyst or impetus or whatever condition required to actually give the effect, right? So like for example
Yeah.
with Julian, we know that he has 100, you know, slave souls that are fueling his regeneration or his revival whenever he dies. But maybe with Orthros's case, he's not actually dying. Like it was a fatal wound, but before it could actually kill him, he just has like this insane regenerative healing factor that kicks in to simulate the revival aspect of Julian's powers. And it's not actual death and rebirth revival. It's just, you know, super overpowered regeneration before you actually
Yeah.
die.
His body is kind
Yeah,
of like making it up to
Yeah,
fill in the blanks or
to fill in
whatever.
the blanks. Yeah,
that I feel like that would make sense if his heart didn't just get destroyed,
right.
because I feel like that's kind of instant death.
Yeah,
But
unless as soon as it's destroyed, the regenerative healing factor puts it right back together, like before it would even have pumped blood again,
yeah,
and then now it's just like back to normal, and the rest of the regeneration process continues.
but that also leads into the other question of, is it just strict immortality? Like as long as he's copying Julian, he can never die. Does it give him the original stockpile so he has 100 lives, or does it give him what Julian's current stockpile is, which I think is 97 at this point?
Yeah, that's a
So
really good
does he
question.
have infinite, 100, or 97 lives?
Thing
Yeah,
is, like with this character being the way he is, it kind of reminds me of like Takamura from like Sakamoto days, where he didn't speak. So like this character, since he doesn't speak and no one knows like what's going on inside his mind, he's kind of like a bot, just performing an
like a
action, whatever
sentry.
command. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever get to know. Like I don't think it'll ever be explained. Like he's just gonna do a thing, and like somebody in the story might go like, it doesn't really make sense that he can do this, but I guess his power just allows him to do it without the drawback. And I think that's like as far as it's gonna get. Like I don't think he's ever gonna speak and explain his power. I don't think anyone's ever gonna like really fully understand. It's just this is gonna be something that is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't feel like it takes away from the story to not explain it, but I can't help but to, ask, hey, how does this work?
Right.
Yeah, he's just kind of boogeyman vibing right now.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah, and now we have Julian trying to do the whole self-sacrifice thing. Well, I guess it's not technically self-sacrifice since he knows he'll survive. Um, but I like how, with just a look, Lucas understands Julian's plan and how this has to work, and then backs him up on it.
Yeah. Because
yeah. 'Cause
Lacrima's like, "What are
Lucas.
you saying? We're gonna take this guy down together." And then the next panel is Julian just side eyeing her like, "Bitch."
No, no, he's looking at Lucas.
Right, right.
They're communicating.
Yeah, yeah. They're doing the Dwayne Wade thing when the statue was revealed. Niggalepathy.
No, what?
You don't remember that when they? It's like it's like a whole it's like a whole meme where like they Dwayne Wade was at the reveal of his like golden statue that they made out of him or something like that, and then they pulled the cape off of it and revealed it, and it was just ugly as fuck. And like he's looking up at it like, and he doesn't even say anything. He just shakes his head with a smile on his face, and his homeboy like looks back at him with a smirk on his face, and then Dwayne Wade looks at him, and they like lock eyes and just start nodding and don't say a single word, and then like look right back at the statue, like, but what they said to each other was, "Nigga, this shit is ass. They got me fucked up," but they didn't say it. Yeah, nigga telepathy.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what just happened here. Yeah. Lucas just closed his eyes. He's like, "Yeah, let's get out of here, Lacrima."
Yeah, he got like the "if you laugh, you go to hell" drawing first.
but my favorite part of this chapter is the panels that involve TT, because like when I was reading this feels like a typical shonen setup for someone who's about to unlock a hidden power.
Yeah.
And so I was like expecting it. I was like, "Oh my god." And then, the two people jump in. And that subversion of expectation felt nice, because TT, where she's at now, it feels like she still has a lot of growing to do, and I feel like if she just immediately gains powers, that kind of pulls away from it. So I do like, the subversion of expectation.
It's funny though, because I like didn't have that expectation at all when I was going through the chapter. I like didn't feel like a build up to some kind of awakening inside of TT to do something in this moment. It felt like entirely just like a character driven moment for her feeling for Julian, and it didn't feel like a lead up to some kind of power or anything to me.
To me, it's like, that's the face. The face is someone resolved to fight alone. No matter how much it hurts, he has to bear it alone. It's so frustrating. Why does it always have to be Julian? And it feels like, to me, she wants to do more, especially when she says, "I feel so pathetic. I'm powerless to stay by his side."
For sure.
And that feels like, oh, I'm about to awaken some kind of power.
Yeah, I can see it after you break it down. I can definitely see how you got there. I just didn't have the expectation myself when I was going through it.
I wasn't seeing like a power coming, but I was just like, once this is over, like when the arc first started, when we got the time skip, and we were saying like we feel like she should be training or something. I saw this and was like, okay, so she's finally gonna like knuckle up and go and actually like learn how to fucking use things, like fucking teach herself how to fire a bow and arrow, or like practice with a knife, or actually do some push-ups or something, because like I was actually pretty disappointed by the fact that she didn't do anything in this arc. Like I thought she was gonna at least.
She did try to fight and got mortally wounded and had to be saved by Lacrima. So like the she has the heart for it. Like her heart is there. Like she wants to get active. But
zero in-field experience.
Exactly.
Like,
so I think that this would be like a good start to that, because like one, the less that's off screen, the better. You know what I mean? Like we did have like a 5-year time skip. So like if she did get a bunch of training during that time, and we didn't really get a good spotlight on what that looked like, and it was just kind of like salt and peppered in like throughout like conflicts, like we've seen that before, and that's fine. But if what's happening right now is the time skip happens, she didn't do any training, then this conflict comes up, and she tries her best in whatever way that she could earlier in the arc where she almost died, like, and now she goes, okay, I really have to start training after something like this, and then we actually get to see that, then that's better than some off-screen training that gets flashback to here and there throughout the rest of the series to me. So
this is like her third time, because originally I think her family or her village was like wiped out, and our Engval had like asked the king, let me take care of this little girl, and so she lived with Engval. Engval took care of her, and then when Julian came along, Julian and Engval protected her from Arcos and shit, and now she's being protected again by Lacrima and Julian.
Right.
It's like she's got to be feeling like, bro, I'm pretty fucking useless. Like I gotta learn how to throw a punch. Like at some point in my life, I gotta learn how to not just be dead weight. Because she's like right now she's only even standing because Lacrima is like fucking funneling water and keeping her organs from fucking spilling out of her stomach. So
but she did try though. Like there's a dog in her. She just needs to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she gotta get some
strengthen the dog, turn it
Yeah.
into a pit bull.
Right.
teeth. Yeah,
Or at least
right
a
now she
Doberman,
just-
nigga. Shit.
Yeah, she a little poodle right now.
Yeah.
But so with the new characters, I love Niall's design. Niall looks cool as hell.
But we seen these niggas
Um,
before, haven't we? Didn't we just like
Yeah,
didn't we
They
just
were-
Oh.
I don't remember seeing Niall. We have seen Ironclad before, but I don't remember seeing Niall.
So like I know
Well,
that
he's-
we seen this ironclad nigga because he was in the suit of armor. We got the little flashback
Yeah,
moment in the
Yeah,
middle
yeah.
where Engvall like stole off his ass or whatever back in the Arcos arc or whatever. But outside of their armor, we saw
Yeah.
these two characters conversing at like a diner in another.
Yeah, they were in like a
location,
bar.
Oh,
they
yeah,
were at a bar
yeah,
like
okay.
however many chapters ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it was maybe like 5, 10, 15. It was within this arc. They were
Yeah.
at a bar and they were talking about. I want to say they were talking about probably about Orthoros. I don't remember. I'm trying to flip through and find.
But
it now,
also,
but-
like, ain't these the niggas that like were in the town when we came out of the time skip and they were just like at some location and like we just didn't know that it was the people from the previous arc because he didn't have armor on. Because like I remember
don't-
that we were doing a review where we were speculating on like who these mercenary type characters were and what role they could play later on in the story. And there was like, and if it wasn't these people, I swear to God they had similar designs or something like that. Like just
Go
coming
look.
out.
So
Yeah,
there's
go look because just coming out of the time skip, they were hanging out with like some kind of warrior coded niggas in a village like that, and then they had,
The chapter where they're in
Not-
the bar is 63, and they're talking
Okay.
about the Western War, and you see like this Attack on Titan kind of spine thing.
yeah,
and
yeah.
Niall is like talking about they were fighting over something else. That's why we sent the gifted ones from Terivia to Rumir in the West to occupy that land. And then she's like, I never heard anything about that. And then he starts telling her about like how Engvall and Arcos kind of like shit on everything, and he was the one that was like Arcos gave up being, kill war because it was boring to him. So that was
Right.
their conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I do love how Ironclad is introduced here because it's like the perfect setup for a likable character.
Yeah.
They drop in to save our main characters. They have knowledge of who they're fighting to assist with it. And then on top of that, you have, the line, I was following orders back then, but hunting down mere children such as yourself was a terrible wrong. And seeing someone be able to break through the excuse of I was just following orders, that's always going to be like, hey, I like this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instant goat. And he got really good drawings. Like I'm looking at 17 right now. Like this motherfucker looked like I don't know, some kind of movie star or some shit. Nigga, like this nigga Toru Kuramori was in his character drawing bag for this page on 17. Like he looked,
Yeah.
everybody looked pretty good on that page. So
It's so cool seeing the development in art because when the series first started, Yato always had something to complain about in regards to the art.
right.
And it still happens,
But now
but
we
definitely
got
nowhere near as frequent.
right, now we got Brad Pitt with an eye patch on 17. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm flipping through older chapters now, trying to see. I'm looking for the chapter when they go back to the town with Lucas and Lacrima right before they find Julian's mummy.
Yeah, I want to say these people are there with them, but like we just didn't know, that we had seen them before, and neither did Julian and whatnot because he was in armor or some shit back then. And I think
Yeah.
that there
I
was
still don't
even
think
like
we saw Niall before this arc.
maybe not Niall, but definitely this eye patch nigga. And I want
Well,
to
the
say
iPad nigga is now, right? I'm not
no,
tripping.
Niall's the
No,
girl.
no, Niall's a girl.
Oh,
with the
okay. I'm
two
tripping.
X's.
Okay, because I'm not on the chapter anymore. I'm looking in the old ones.
Yeah, and I want to say
Yeah.
even like there was even dialogue that this dude had, like, "Don't worry about who I am. We're kicking it with you right now," type shit. So
Okay. Yeah, it was. I think you're thinking of chapter 39 when they found his mom. She was being sold as a slave or whatever. But these guys were not in that like gang or whatever.
oh,
They were
okay,
not
okay.
in there. I think that's the only other time we've seen random characters that haven't been related to, these last few conflicts. But yeah, in about 63, I think 63, we saw Niall and Ironclad in the bar chatting it up, talking about the war and stuff like that. But yeah, I like these characters.
Yeah.
Cool that they showed up. I was not expecting them to show up.
No.
It's soon. Like I thought that they were either gonna just be, like fucking one-off characters that we hear, see time to time talking about old story, passing ghost stories and talking about the past, or like maybe they would show up way later, but like wasn't expecting him to pull up this soon. And I'm not mad, but this is something that I probably normally would trip about because, in the past I've said, like, I hate when they introduce, a character or like show a thing and then it immediately pops up next week. Like the mom kind of, I remember I had
Yeah.
an issue with like the mom thing getting resolved like the following week or something like that. Like that type of thing I feel like happens in this story. And it's like the opposite of like, on the opposite side of the spectrum is where you have like the Keto family from Dandadan, where it's like you always know, like in the back of my mind, I always knew that Yukinobu had more to show us because like we haven't seen the not Sumerians, what were they called? Subterraneans. Like it's like
Yeah.
as long as until we see the Subterraneans, I know the story isn't nearing its end because he's gonna pull them back out. But with stories like Centuria, it's like okay, I wonder when those guys are gonna show up. Those guys show up 2 chapters later. It's like, okay, you could have
Right.
kind of held that one a little longer. But these guys, I felt like it works.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting them at all. Wasn't expecting them to be related to previous conflicts. Like they were there. Like oh well, at least Ironclad was. He was in the way. He was opposing um Engvall and him, and he was one of the ones that was like, we got to kill that baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's my question to y'all. With this being what looks like the end of the arc, how did y'all feel about it?
Yeah, we've been here for 30 chapters. I think the arc started on chapter 38. I just kind of like saw like that's when at the end of that chapter that's when Elstree was like commence the operation. Um, so what? That's 30 chapters, right? Because we're on 68 now.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you well, would you base it on the battle or like the time skip? Because like time skip happened on like, I mean, we've been in this setting since about 30. Yeah, the time skip happened 32. No, first chapter of the time skip was 31.
Oh, okay.
It does feel like everything after the time skip was kind of leading up to this or gradually building up to it.
Yeah. So I
So
think there was like a little like interim post time skip like stretch of storytelling that can be seen as its own like little in between point. But like I would say the start of the arc is like at the very least when you see Elstree like form the people to make the plan in the first place, if you want to say it starts there.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I mean
if you
I just considered it was like, commence the operation was the last page of 38. And then after
yeah,
that,
like
I would say, yeah.
if you look up on the fandom website for Centuria, you have the New Beginnings arc, Forest arc, beginning of the end arc, and then the Western Border arc, which is from 31 till now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean it's about 30 to 37 chapters. I think that's a good length. That's about like what
Some
I would
girthy.
what I would want. Yeah, it's pretty chunker. That's what I would want from a story to once they get to 20 30 chapters because like I was saying, hey, I want this for Otter or Ichi and stuff. And so we got that with Centuria. I like the arc. Um, I don't know right now. I still feel like there's probably some stuff I would have wanted from it, but like I can't name it. If you fucking, I guess I probably shouldn't even say that because it's like, why I could just be blowing shit out my ass right now, just saying
Uh,
words. But yeah, it
Ooh,
was cool.
yeah.
I
I
I
I will
do.
say, oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say like I would have liked to see what the story looked like in a case where these guys don't show up at the end and Julian does stay behind to fight Orthros, and then everyone gets away, and then we see like a couple of chapters where Julian's on his own, and then what the other guys do like without Julian for a little while, and then Julian meets back up with them, and maybe like TT is a bit stronger because Lucas isn't gonna, Julian probably was soft on her for those 5 years, but Lucas not being immortal would probably be like, all right, yeah, so we can't like let you do that shit again. You gotta like get some training. I feel like Lucas, even before when the arc first started, I was saying I feel like Lucas and Julian are probably gonna have they're gonna come to butt heads when it comes to like Diane not knowing how to fight, and it's like you gotta learn how to defend yourself. I feel like Lucas is someone who would push more for like self defense, at least
Yeah.
knowing how to block a punch or something.
But also, I feel like if Julian stayed back, he wouldn't just pull back up later and be like, "All right, I handled that. Good thing y'all got away. I'm back now." Like, I feel like he would just get captured or something like that. There would be like
Yeah.
there'd be like a rescue Julian arc or something like that at the castle because I feel like you don't just stay back just so that you can successfully handle the situation by yourself and then just go casually meet up with everyone afterwards. Because you still got Elstree, you got Helm there still. You know, I could see there being like a trade of like, you know, 3 to 5 more lives inside of Julian before, you know, he took some crazy wound that didn't kill him right away but incapacitated him, and that would give, you know, Helm and Elstree the opening that they needed to move him to the castle to confront the king directly or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. My complaint, but also praise for this arc, comes into the momentum of the story. So this arc did not feel like a plot driven arc. It felt like a character driven arc. And that can happen when, you know, an entire arc, 30 plus chapters, basically takes place in one place. Um, and so it feels like the story itself didn't really progress. We're still in the same spot we were. However, we know a whole lot more characters and we've gotten more in with who they are and what their motivations are.
And we got
So it
lore,
kind of
and
cancels out my complaint.
there's also like, you know, certain consequences of this arc that will be kind
Yeah.
of influencing the world around the cast moving forward. Like the witches came in, did what they did, retreated, and now they're going back to home base to report on everything that just happened. You know what I mean? So now the witch association or the witch society or something could move in response to, you know, what kind of went down during this raid. And then
Yeah.
obviously Elstree and Helm are going to go back to home base, and they are going to have to debrief, you know, the king and the rest of the royal guard on kind of what went down. So like there's going to be, you know, ripples
Yeah.
of effect that this arc that took place in one spot kind of has on the future of the story and the world around the characters moving forward. So even if it didn't like directly move the plot forward to a new point by the end of the arc, like the consequences of this arc will then influence the rest of the storytelling from this point on, and that movement will eventually come because of this. So
Yeah, because we got a lot like with the witches giving, you know, Diane the book and telling her, you know, fucking check this shit out and learn about our plans, and then we got, you know, we got names dropped for the city, the Balkar Loa, so they'll probably go there next, and then like Elstree and her gang are probably gonna try and form a new plan, and there's a lot going on. We learned a lot about the characters, like you
we saw a
said,
lot of
and
really cool abilities. We got like a lot of really interesting strategies on how to overcome abilities. Like there were so many things that this arc kind of like, as far as boxes checked, that I come to like Battle Shonen for. Like we got really good character stuff, like Traffy was saying. We got really good lore stuff as far as like, you know, certain factions connection, you know, to the king and their history with him. Like we know how the witches interacted with him. We understand more about the royal guards. We got a crazy Lucas reveal in his relation to the king. We got like really interesting concepts introduced, like necromancy. Altus is a new character that came out this arc that's going to be a
yeah,
very big deal, a very important character moving forward since he didn't die. Like this arc did so many things for the future of Centuria that like this is the first like big arc to me
yeah,
in
You know
Centuria.
what I just realized? Centuria just did a tournament arc without doing a tournament.
Yeah, kind of.
It shares one setting, focuses on characters, abilities, powers, and the development between characters. It is essentially what a tournament arc does.
Yeah.
and we gained allies like Lucas, TT, and Diana were by themselves at the beginning of this arc, and now
Yeah.
they're leaving this arc with. I mean, not Lucas, but Julian, Diana, and TT were by themselves, and now they got Lucas. Now they got Lacrima. Now they
Yeah.
got the fucking Dragon Tail woman,
We got
and
But this is also
Yeah.
just like how
Nile.
like
yeah,
assassination plots like kind of like go too. Like the International Assassins arc in Chainsaw Man, I guess, followed the same beats by that logic then too, didn't it?
No,
uh,
they shifted around locations, especially when they went. So like
Oh
the three
yeah,
big things
yeah, the
is
one
in the
location thing.
mall,
Yeah.
out in the city, and then in hell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
but
the what qualifies it as like a tournament arc technically is that it takes place in one spot. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can see that. But yeah, I mean, we came out of this with a lot of allies, and like if Nile and Ironclad make it back, that's another two, and then potentially the Balcarloa people like. Yeah, we might not fuck with the witches, but like they kind of fucking with Diane, and by extension, that means that Julian's kind of like allied with the witches, this coven of witches, at least in some way, because they won't try to put Diane in danger
Yeah.
because they want her to they probably want her to kill the king, or to fulfill this prophecy that Elstree is trying to prevent. So we got potentially a lot of allies.
Yeah.
We started with 3, and now we like at least 9.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
so
party is growing.
yeah, this is a good chapter, a good arc. I can't wait to see what the next arc looks like. I pray that we get some cool, unique settings and some cool like monsters, and just like I always say it, man. If people listen to this segment, then they probably tired of me saying it. But stay away from fucking water. Don't show me fucking Elstree. Just give me give me the fucking Wicked Witch of the West arc where they fucking beat up some old hag who's been turning kids into candy bars and eating them in her fucking shack behind the barn or something. I don't know. Just give me something unrelated. Something unrelated to the fucking current antagonist. I don't want to see any of the bad guys from this arc again for 30 chapters.
Yeah. I would love like a snowy setting. I think that it's about time for that in Centuria. Like I don't know how that works or whatever, how that happens, but I can definitely see at some point in Centuria's future, it's like winter now or something like that, and then we get some
Yeah.
kind of like ice monsters, snow monsters, a yeti maybe. I'd like to see a yeti fight.
Fuck yeah. Like, give me it, bro. Abominable Snowman. Let's get it, man.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
fucking Yeti babies.
Yeah, need that. Need that.
Yeah. Also, like, Elstree mentions Border Patrol. I don't remember that ever being a thing, but I guess there's some sort of like policing faction or
No,
something that goes out.
It's probably
there's
just
a
like the
war
kings.
between countries,
Oh
and
yeah.
so they have a border patrol to make sure no one's crossing over trying to start a war.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Be cool to just see another, more factions gonna be more better for me. I just need more people to get involved. I want to get away from Elstree and them for a minute.
Yeah.
Like I'm cool with seeing them separately. Like I'm cool with seeing Altus go on his own spiritual journey, and it's like we get a 20 chapter Altus arc with no Julian and shit. I just don't want to see them together.
That would be nuts if we got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
That
would.
would be yeah.
Yeah, like a My Villains Academia or
I
something. I
was
just don't want to
about
see.
to say that.
Yeah. I just don't want to see Julian in the same fucking 5 kilometer radius as Elstree or Altus for the next 20 chapters, please.
Yeah. Next villain that they have to deal with is gonna be Angball. Helen just goes on her own fucking necromancies Angball and just sends them after Julian.
And gives her water powers. I'll just throw up on my own lap. Yeah. Fucking water Angval. Yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
fucking slide down my stairs face first.
I feel like that's definitely gonna be the next Elstree and Helm conflict with if they ever do cross paths with them again for whatever reason. Like they're gonna have revived Angball with them.
Bruh, I imagine like they pull up and just like Helm's just sitting on Angval's shoulder, like riding her.
Yo,
That'd be
some
wild.
Iron Giant shit.
Yeah, like, hey guys, you know this lady? Just fucking carrying her.
That would be nuts, man.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have a gift.
Yeah, she's just buff.
She's just buff.
Maybe-
with it.
Wonder if they can transplant gifts or something.
Yo,
That would be crazy. I'm interested to see like
we've
what
given
how.
Angball Altus's powers. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, Altus is no more. He's inside of Angval. She's
Yeah.
water. They're fucking Angtus or some shit. I don't know.
Angtus.
But I want to see how they resolve things with this Spine's Hill with Lady though. So because she wasn't, she came there to assassinate, and she kind of cowered out, and so like I want to see what's next for her because it's cool
Yeah.
design.
Yeah, great design. We probably get to go see like her little, dojo of weird Galaxius ninjas or whatever, wherever she
Yeah.
come from. Like I'm trying to see what the dojo talking about. I'm trying to see what some of
Yeah,
these
'cause-
guilds talking about.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, that's definitely like the more characters we had, the more places they could potentially go. So it's like they don't even have to go to Balcarloa. They could go to her crib. They can go to some place that Lucas knows about. They could go to some place that fucking Lacrima knows about. Like they can go anywhere.
Lacrima been at the crib her whole life. She don't know nowhere else but the castle.
No.
She might have heard rumors or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But fucking Lucas definitely been
Yeah.
around the block, so like he's probably got some like cool location to go to.
Hell yeah. Oh, also I went back and chapter 27 is it includes the character that I thought was this eye patch ironclad nigga, but it's actually just like some scarred face, archer dude.
Is that 27?
Yeah, 27, because after Julian kills Arcos and drops the head off, Elstree's like, this cannot be, and then Julian tries to run up on her and choke her shit out, and then Buddy with the bow and arrow and the beard is like, hey man, it don't gotta be all that.
It's like, bro, you don't know what you fucking like. If he would have just let him choke her out, we wouldn't even be here.
Exactly. So that nigga is actually the biggest villain in the story now. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you got to go back and kill him, bro. Like, you know what you did, nigga.
Oh.
Yeah, but I think I'm squeezed out for this one. You got anything else, Weeb?
Oh.
I mean, not Weeb, fucking Trappy.
Yo. I was about to, bro, if you would have said my name instead of Trappy's, I would have been like, don't ever disrespect me like that ever again.
Why are you disrespecting Weeb? What the hell?
Yo.
Greek Trappy.
The Greek
Nah,
Trappy.
I don't got nothing else.
All right, what about you, Knots?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, that's going to do it for Centuria, chapter 68, merrily. Now jumping into Dandadan, chapter 211. Who the hell? Who the heck? So, good chapter. I felt like this one was very good for anti-Nox agenda. So
no, it actually helps me, and I'll tell you why, but I'm going to let you rock for a sec.
Nah, man, this is anti-Nox altogether, all over the place, yo. Everybody's like, yeah, fuck Takakura Cannon. He's like, yup. Until the end, where he's like, maybe we should, turn them into friends, but like.
Yeah. But even before that, like, because, they're in the bakery, and just first and foremost, there's something about seeing a quote-unquote end game villain, like, kneading dough in a fucking bakery, mundane as hell, that just tells me, like, he can't be what they're trying to make us think he is. But so like that alone, you know what I'm saying, aesthetically, visually, atmospherically, just like does not say villain to me. But in the dialogue, even like the alien chick with the eye patch is like, aren't you going to kill that Takakura kid? And he even says, like, isn't that your objective? Like, isn't that what you want to do? That's not what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm working on some shit that you, the cast, the reader don't know what I'm cooking right now. But, like, I'm working with you, but, like, you got your own motivations. I'm not trying to, no one knows what I'm trying to do for real yet. You know what I mean?
I saw that as like, nigga, that's your job. I hired you to do it. I'm not doing it. Like, that shit's below me. Like,
no, because that was always her motivation, because when she came in with the alien invasion arc, that was, like, super crazy epic with them fighting in the city. Like, she got whooped by, Okarun and friends, and just, created a revenge plot based off that failure of them invading, Earth or whatever, or like that city or whatever like that. Like, she has beef with Okarun because of that arc. And so Saint Germain pulls up on her because he sees that she, got something going on that he can maybe exploit, as far as like, I scratch your back, you scratch my back type shit. I want your abilities and your, bloodlust to do other things, and you just so happen to have a motivation to kill this Takakura nigga, so I'm gonna tell you that you can do that if you want, you know what I'm saying, while I'm using you for other shit. But I don't think he hired her to kill Okarun. I think that's just what she just so happens to want to do while, she's employed by Saint Germain for one reason or another that we don't know yet.
I think it still works in his favor. Like, I don't think he doesn't want to kill Okarun, but I mean, towards the end, we see him saying, like, maybe we turn them into friends or whatever. But I do think initially, like, the goal was to beat these kids. He just got somebody else who kind of was like dead set on it. Like, I gotta kill this nigga. He's like, all right, I'll let you handle that.
So there's a lot of assumptions when this chapter tells you he's trying to infuse all of these powers to create the ultimate yokai. So his goal was never to kill Okarun, it was just to take his powers.
Right.
Yeah. But then what? What do we do with the ultimate yokai? Is that for combating the aliens?
There's got to be some crazy alien threat, like some big galactic empire or something that we haven't been introduced to yet, that Saint Germain is trying to stop using yokai powers.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I agree
saying?
with that.
Like we got Serpoians, we got Subterraneans, we got a lot of these different yokai and alien faction characters, but there's like an overarching threat that Saint Germain is worried about, that he wants to use the powers that come from Earth to deal with, is what I want to say, and it's making him look like a villain in the meantime. But it's really like, yo, if we don't do this, this galactic empire is going to pull up into this solar system and like fuck everything up for everybody.
It's a doing the right thing the wrong way, but I think it's a little more than it, because I mean he's stabbing kids and shit. Like
That's true.
he's not a good guy.
Casualties of war, nigga. I don't know what you want me to say. Like it's utilitarian at worst. You know what I'm saying? But like at the end of the day, I just don't think that he's the villain that we're supposed to be believing that he is right now. Like this is leading into an insane rug pull, and I will be the one that has been saying it from jump that it's not what it looked like. So I'm just waiting for that. This is not an anti-Nox chapter. It is a pro-Nox chapter. And,
I'll give this one to Nox,
Let's
because I was majorly on the train of Germain being a bad guy.
Yeah.
And this chapter made me look at it the other way.
Yeah. It's happening. This is gonna be the most epic experience ever.
What the
Hold on.
fuck?
Pause.
Oh.
You see how hype Nox got when I agreed with him? It's because Nox knows my predictions come true.
Whoa.
In the comment section, just drop a couple of poop emojis for these losers.
So my question is, why did they introduce Klansmen?
Yeah, I thought that
Klansmen.
was wild. The fucking on page 16 we got the fucking the clan. That's nuts.
Wait, I'm screaming, nigga. I only saw the nigga in the middle when I went through the chapter the first time. I did not notice the hooded motherfuckers behind them, bro.
Apparently they're black though, so it's like different, because she calls them the Black Paladins. So like this one really needed to be in color.
But why? But why? Why would they even use light colors like this if they're supposed to be black? Like I can understand, grays being used for red characters or something like that. But like this is like pretty light for things that are supposed to just be black or dark.
I think it's supposed to be showing them like in the woods or whatever, and it's probably like dark outside. Like you can see trees behind them. They're probably like walking through a dark kind of foresty area.
Oh, so it's kind of like night vision aesthetic.
Yeah, it's kind of just showing us like, that way it's not black on black.
Yeah, because I'm like, nigga, like this is a black and white and gray medium. Like niggas can be black if they need to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's not like you have to use like some shade of gray to represent a green or a blue or something like that. Like you could just make them black.
They could also just be called the Black Paladins, and maybe they don't wear black.
Well, they better not wear white.
Right, because they look crazy as fuck right now. And they're like, what the fuck?
This shit better be blue and green, motherfucker.
I saw that shit and I was like, hold on.
Yeah, I was like,
how we get Klansmen before a black character?
Yeah. Then I said the same shit. Then I saw Black Paladins. I was
we
like,
don't got no black characters in Dandadan? No.
The closest is the Gyaru chick, but that's just Japanese.
No.
Tan and fucking makeup.
Oh yeah, because I could have sworn that one of Momo's high school homegirls was black, but it's just it's probably
black character.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they are just like in Japan, so
yeah, that's that Gyaru shit. She's
got
got blonde hair, yeah, and fucking makeup all on her face. Yeah, we need a black guy.
We need a black guy. It's crazy.
Yeah, we need fucking Jerome from Snowfall. Yo,
Yo, Saint Jerome.
Yeah, get that nigga. Yo, teach me how to squabble. We need some.
Man, where the bitch is at?
Yeah, we need that Dandadan, bro. Have her be a yokai, or just have her be like a black Louisiana spirit or some shit.
Yo, Baron Samedi.
How did he get to Japan?
Shit, nigga.
Who the fuck knows?
We recruit
yokai hopped on a plane.
Yeah, we need all the yokai that matter for this upcoming alien invasion.
Yeah. But yeah, interesting chapter, and the bakery thing, it's fun to see this, and it's like you said, seeing villains doing this everyday shit. playing cards, fucking baking cookies and doing whatever. It's always fun to see like, the not main character cast. I guess I won't call them bad guys for now, but yeah, whatever. But I mean, this chick, she's yeah, I got to see how this all gets resolved cuz like is she going to get swayed by the power of friendship? Cuz I mean, she's from the alien. Well, I mean, her planet was like fucked and she came here like under, remember she was like
Under
from
duress, I'm pretty sure they forced her to like some kind of
yeah. I think
yeah.
she joined like her planet I think was taken over and she joined like the force that took her planet out because she wanted to like become like the right hand man of like their warlord or
So
something
so
and
that she could eventually betray them and get her lick back or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, I think she got sent here on a mission, got fucking sauced by Okarun and Co. And then she's trying to like regain, reclaim her honor and shit. And then fucking Jermaine gave her a suit, and so she's
Watch
just kind
her,
of working with him.
watch her fall in love with Okarun.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Watch me drop the
Tatsu
book.
secretly building a harem.
Watch me quit the book if that happens.
Quit the whole book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how Red Baron pulled up and he's like, "Bro, you stink of tobacco. Let's get out of here." Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't help I'm made of smoke.
Now my goofy ass, like when I first started reading the chapter, I don't know why Red Baron and Saint Germain's designs look so similar to me, but they lucky that they be drawing Saint Germain in all of these like maid outfits and shit sometimes, like to kind of like switch it up. Because I swear to God that this was fucking Saint Germain pulling up with a black
Same.
eye when I
Yeah.
first started reading the chapter. But then I thought about it for a second. I'm like, no, Saint Germain is here in the room talking. You idiot. But
Tatsu
like,
do be kind of same
same
facing it
facing it.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say that fucking Jermaine looks like he's fucking buff though. Like on this page 7, when he's like taking the glasses off, like that nigga's forearms look crazy.
Yeah, they really do. You could even see it on the page before, like when he got the rag like wiping off his
Yeah,
hands
bro.
and shit.
Like
I'm like,
what
nigga,
is
hold
going
on.
on? This
Some
don't even
striations.
like yeah, like is that like is that what that is, or is he like is this some freaky shit? Like is he got some yokai zombie arms or something going on? I feel like it's muscle.
Yeah,
It
it's
look,
muscle.
I'm thinking it's muscle.
It's
but,
muscle
like,
for
it could
sure.
be
This
something
nigga buff
else,
as
yeah.
fuck, bro.
So I don't know if I'm just forgetting this, but have they talked about the Sorcerers Association before?
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
It's like we're getting introduced to a whole nother faction coming up.
Low key.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Like, are
talking
they
about-
just are they normal humans? Are they humans who can use the power of yokai? How many are there? Same thing with the Black Paladins, although we can assume that they can use yokai power since the Red Baron can.
I like how it's they're saying that like these companies, these corporations hire like mystics and diviners and shit to basically like tell them hey, if you do this, your path will be fucking fortunate and whatever, and then they hire these other guys come in and fucking shit on them. It's like we
Yeah.
can't have you like helping these companies and corporations rise to power and shit like that. It's interesting to see like those type of things happen and with yokai.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, yeah, it's
I'm here for it. I just I'll agree with y'all. I'm not a big fan of the whole amnesia thing.
Oh, sure. I saw people
But-
complaining about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the amnesia thing it started last week. So yeah, me and Weeb were talking about it and
Yeah.
I was saying that I think it could work. I would like it if it came to it was basically a situation where in romance movies where somebody gets amnesia or something and
51st dates.
is that what it is? It's like, even no matter what we, met again and fell in love under the same star or some shit. Like I can see them kind of like just having it again. Like maybe she meets him and then they call him Okarun and she's like, "Why do they call you Okarun? What's your name?" And he's like, they call me Okarun because of the name. You're the one who actually gave me this name." And she's like, "Well, why the hell did I do that?" And it's like, because you didn't want me using my real name, which was Takakura. And then then it blows her away and shit. She's like, "Oh."
Nah, because like, why do I feel like she's gonna have this amnesia situation with every character except for Okarun? Because Okarun's on his little training mission right now, and he's trying to get his chi up, and then she's gonna have this amnesia with, Ira and Vamola and Gigi to a certain degree, which I also like think it's really cool that she still kind of remembers Gigi from like back in the day, but
Yeah.
doesn't have memories of him from like recently in her life. So it's not like, a crazy amnesia. It goes back to it. There's a cutoff point,
Yeah.
to when her memories kind of are reset, which is really cool. But I feel like, yeah, she'll have this amnesia situation with all of them, and it'll be really frustrating for the moment. But then as soon as Okarun gets his chi up and finishes this training and meets back up with Momo, like then that will kind of be like as soon as she sees this nigga again, like everything will come rushing back, and that will be a statement to how strong their love was in the first place, that all of these other characters involved couldn't trigger her memories to come back, but as soon as she sees Okarun, it's like, oh yeah, it's all back because I love you.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah,
thinking
that'd
that
be
like
cool.
Yeah,
I'm definitely thinking it's gonna go in a path that like people aren't really expecting, because like when amnesia
too.
when that happened, like everybody was immediately like, oh, like you're just
Yeah.
you're drawing out the Okarun and Momo thing,
Yeah.
just
And
fucking
Yukino Butatsu more than anyone else understands the trope and understands the cliche of the trope, like, and
Yeah.
has a reason for using it the way that that he is. So like I feel like we can trust him on this one.
Yeah. And he's written, I think one of his one shots was like a kind of romancy kind of thing, and it was pretty good. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like he got a grip on what he's gonna do, and it's not gonna be like annoying. Probably just for like 2 or 3 chapters, it'll be something. But like they're already like showing Seiko is like she doesn't know how to use her power, so it's like they're kind of like trying to beat some stuff into her. Like fucking Vamola's not letting her go. It's like she's gonna have to believe some of this stuff. Like this crazy girl with fucking antennas is like hugging you and saying, Momo, it's you, I missed you, and all this shit. And it's like, these people know you.
Right.
It would be cool though if Okarun does like tap into some kind of like spiritual energy, and maybe he like touches her forehead and fucking brings her memories back. Like if she doesn't immediately get it, like if he, I feel like he's
Thugs and
definitely gonna be the
Harmony.
catalyst. Yeah, he just fucking wakes her
Crossroads,
up.
the Crossroads music video is what I thought. Whenever like finger touching forehead gets brought up, I think of that music video.
I got a crazy finger touching forehead story that's not safe for work. I'll share that
Yo,
later.
you really do, though. You really do. When you tried to
Oh, I
take the
forgot I
Eternal
told you.
Mangekyo Sharingan from that one girl.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm gonna record that story, and it'll be available for all members.
Don't say that.
God. Jesus. But I feel like Okarun is definitely gonna be a major catalyst to her getting her powers back. Somebody said fucking Zuma's gonna like step in now. She's gonna like see Zuma and fall in love with him.
Yo.
I don't need that. I don't need any kind of like
fuck.
triangular things happening.
No.
Just like
While
just the cool
Okarun's
stuff.
in boot camp, that's every nigga's worst fear, bro.
You getting your shit straight.
You
your girl
join the
just-
fucking army, and like while you're over there risking your life, your girl's just getting juiced to sleep by some swole nigga. Like...
Juice to sleep. It's crazy. Yeah, no, we don't need that. But I would really like if Okarun, like, if he jumpstarts her memory and
Yeah.
yeah.
But I'm excited for the future of Okarun's character because he's doing, he's doing chi ups with Manjiro. He's getting his chi up or whatever so that he could use that club, right? Like he about to have a
The
whole
Ogre
new
Club?
the Ogre Club. He about to have a whole new power set. He don't even need Turbo Granny no more. That's about to be sick to follow Okarun for a while with like a new kit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Curious how it all works.
Another thing I was thinking though is like, what if this, like, I don't think it is so much of because the way last chapter opened, it was like it showed the person like hammering the water, and then you see like the ripples in the water, and Momo's sleeping. Then she just wakes up, and it's like it kind of feels like a Ghost of Christmas Past type of deal. Like this feels like a trial, and the chapter was called After the Ritual, so it feels kind of like she's being given like a test or something, like maybe to find out if she can, come to rebuild the relationships that she had with the people or something. Because it's weird that before the ritual, like people were forgetting her, and then the ritual happened, and now she forgot everybody else. So it just feels like a weird kind of like, because they didn't say anything. Like after the ritual happened, like nobody explained anything to her. They didn't tell her like you're okay. They
Yeah.
didn't say shit. She just woke up and was like, "Where's my grandma?" And the girl was like, "Yeah, she's at the hospital." They didn't say like you're gonna experience weird sensations or things are gonna feel funny for like 2 weeks. They didn't say shit. Nobody told her anything. So it feels like some kind of trial, like a test that she's being put through.
But why
And
wouldn't Seiko know about what you're talking about if the whole like this is her plug at the end of the day. Like these are her people that she, came I mean it doesn't mean she has to know the ins and outs of, how this ritual and, how this um, unshrinking phenomenon kind of like works in and out or whatever.
yeah,
But like it just feels like something that she could know or would know. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Excuse me. It's definitely a weird situation, but like I just feel like
but I see
even
what
if
you're
like
saying
if she,
though,
yeah,
because
and
she
even
like people were forgetting her, then she gets fixed, and now she has to remember everyone else. Like that definitely
yeah,
seems like it's all connected and linked in a a purposeful way or whatever.
yeah, and it's weird because I mean even if it were like even if it wasn't like a trial, like the fact that she came from this place and she saw her grandma and she don't remember shit, like Seiko should have been like, "Yo, what y'all do to my granddaughter, bro? Like,
Right.
what's happening? Why is she funny now?" And then they'd be like, "Yeah, we've reversed her fucking whippity bam," and they're like, "Oh, okay, cool. So like, how long is this shit gonna last? Can I give her like some Tylenol and have that fuck with her for a little bit,
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I'm feeling weird about the I'm not like mad at the amnesia, but I don't understand it, and I want to
Yeah.
understand it.
If there is like, a greater like overarching like reason for the amnesia that's tied to the ritual, that immediately makes it feel a lot better than just it being, a coincidental byproduct of, the ritual that saved her. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I was talking with somebody about um the difference between like how certain amnesia arcs are handled from series to series, and someone had brought up Kagurabachi, and I think that people didn't have as much of an issue with Iori in Kagurabachi because amnesia was a part of the spell in the first place, and that was kind of the
Yeah,
point of it. You know what I mean? Was to lock her memories and like, have her not remember things. Like that was like kind of the whole point of what they were doing to a certain degree. So like that makes it feel better than it just being, a byproduct of some other kind of traumatic experience that triggered amnesia because you got bonked on the head or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that's the played out one. That's the cliche, way to kind of like handle things. It's like, oh, okay, we went through this thing and now I can't remember shit. Suddenly, it
yeah,
feels a lot more played out and trite than like, oh, we did this on purpose so that you wouldn't have access to your memories for one reason or another. So
yeah. There's definitely ways that it can be done, and like at the end is we'll everyone will have their answer once it's all over. But like I remember people feeling that way about like Big Mom too. Like when she got amnesia, people were like saying it was
hmm
bullshit,
hmm
but it turned out to be cool. I liked it. I didn't
hmm
mind that whole thing. But I can see where amnesia would be annoying, especially in a case where it's like Okaroon was supposed to like confess to her,
right,
like say, "Hey, I love you." Once she's straight, and now it's like you're potentially extending that. But like Okaroon was off training, bro.
right.
Is he doing push-ups? He learned how to use that fucking ogre club. Like something could happen in between then to make this not feel bad.
At the
I'm
end
not
of the
tripping.
day,
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, it's all about, like we say with everything, it's all about the execution of things. Like I can't think of a single, you know, trope or plot device, familiar plot device, or anything that we see, like literary devices that we see in these stories that are inherently shitty on their own off the top of my head right now, because like there are times where I've seen those exact same ones that I might complain about in other series handled really well in other ones. You know what I mean? So it's all about, kind of how you flesh it out. And I think that
Yeah.
we're like still way too early into this one for us to just go, oh, amnesia, it's automatically buns. Like, let it rock for a
Yeah.
second.
So going back a little bit, like I forgot that the little girl, like the Jermaine's like talking about the ultimate yokai, and you got like the picture with the remember it kind of reminds me of like the page when he's like, do you
Do you know
know?
the
Have you heard about the
Dandadan?
Dandadan? Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like similar to that, but like Other than that, we got the little girl. She comes in and gives the like alien assassin chick the like paper crane, and that shows that like she's got a soft side. She might can come around and become friendly at some point, and so there's some character development going on. But then the Red Baron is like, make them our friends, nobility, friends with commoners. So it's like, who is he considering nobility? Is he talking about himself? Is he saying that fucking like Saint Germain is no of a noble? Like who?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, it's like who really are these guys? We don't know enough.
We don't,
Yeah.
but we
Yeah,
will.
fucking ultimate yokai. Yo, why is it just a fucking crazy looking nigga in underwear?
Right, with a high top, high and tight fade.
Yeah, what's this fucking chair he's sitting on? Like, what is this shit?
I'm
Dude?
trying to look at like the the circles like behind him, and
Mm-hmm.
because it's like obviously there's some kind of like techno gear, you know, sci-fi, stuff going on, but it still kind of like feels like some like type shit, going on or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
like it looks like people sitting like cross-legged, doing some Vishnu, Indian mythology like type shit, like at the
yeah.
same time too. Like so they're sitting on like lotus petals or something like that. And
So
yeah, I wonder what that's
in in the original, when Saint Germain says, "Here's the Dandadan," you can see them more clearly. It
What
does
chapter is
look
that?
like, I have no idea.
Oh, are you looking at the page or something? Are you looking at the
No,
spread?
no, no. I
Oh,
just
okay.
remember it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But there's a lot of Buddhist imagery.
Yeah, Buddhist. That's what I.
And
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
so I was like, you know what? Let's do some searching around, see what I can find in regards to Buddhism and how it relates to Dandadan. And I learned that there's a concept in Buddhism that's called Danda.
Ah,
And it signifies violence that practitioners should avoid, as emphasized in the Dhammapada. It highlights the commitment to nonviolence and compassion central to Buddhist teachings. And so that then becomes the question of, does it relate to Don to Don, and how so, if they are trying to, summon this ultimate yokai or the Don to Don?
okay.
Like it's supposed to be something that helps them win the war, but Donda as a concept is highlighting the commitment to nonviolence and compassion. So where does that tie? But there is the chance that I am missing or I am misrepresenting the Buddhism representation misrepresenting it, and it's actually Hinduism, because there is a Hindu concept of danda that symbolizes authority and discipline, representing aspects of punishment, military power, and spiritual renunciation. Also serves as a staff for deities, illustrating both governance and moral correction within various traditions. And that one sounds more in line with what the Dandadan would be.
Yeah, and then there's this like other contexts like area of the search that I just did that links it to like Hinduism, and there's this thing called King Danda. This nigga King Danda. It says some Mahayana Buddhist texts mention a King Danda, a historical figure whose violent actions against a rishi's daughter led to the destruction of his kingdom, illustrating the negative consequences of unethical leadership. And then it also ties into political philosophy in regards to like, I guess the term appears in an ancient Indian political philosophy book called like Danda Niti or something like that, where it can refer to law enforcement, punishment, and the use of force to maintain order and deter threats.
It is crazy because Donda has a lot of significance in multiple facets. So, like significance in Vaishnavism, in Purana and Itihasa, Arthashastra, uh, Yotisha,
And Kanye West.
Shilpa Yeah.
I was waiting to say Kanye.
Oh.
I was waiting to.
But
give him a
that was all within Hinduism. You have Buddhism, Hinduism, Jain, Jain, whatever that is, and the concept of Danda and local and regional sources. So it has a lot of different meanings, but the imagery looks more like either Buddhism or Hinduism.
Yeah.
So I went and found it. It's chapter 163, where the Dandadan page is.
All right, let's take a look and see how accurate Traffy was in his memory.
Yeah, and Jermaine is like, I wish to know all the mysteries of this world. I want every enchanted object, UFO, and anything else to be mine, even the power of yokai, because I'm a collector of the paranormal. Oh, and one other thing, if I had to choose, this is the one thing that's most important to me. Are you familiar with Dandadan?
Yeah, and then
Wait, what chapter did you say?
163.
163.
And yeah, now we have, the Hindu-y, Buddhist-y, people sitting cross-legged on the lotus petals are a lot less technolized in this drawing at the end of chapter 163, where you can actually make out like whole bodies of the people sitting on the lotus petals in these circles. So like that makes me wonder like why is this drawing so clear as far as like the humanoid appearances of these monks or whatever sitting on these lotus petals, but then in this most recent chapter it's a lot more sci-fi ish.
I think it's kind of like a transformation. Like it maybe some of these symbols probably overlap and kind of like things come out of like they open up and maybe like the heads flip over like a coin and maybe the other side of it has like the fucking star symbols or whatever. Like I think it transforms.
Yeah, maybe it's meant to represent like the link between aliens and yokai, whereas the original drawing in chapter 163 that you can clearly make out people sitting on the lotus petals is just the more occult spiritual side of things. And now this
like,
one is something sort of sci-fi, and so it's like kind of representing that marriage between alien and spirit that the story is kind of
unity or whatever.
Yeah, that the story's kind of going for. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. It looks like there's some fucking wires and pipes coming in and out, and like he's clearly sitting, on this thing. Like the chair pieces are like coming out of whatever this thing is.
And like some of them are even like body parts. Like you got like two hands like that are acting as footholds for this man in this chair, trying to make out any other kind of like design things. Oh no, this a drawing though. There's one hell of a drawing.
Definitely a drawing. Like imagine this thing like appearing. I'm hoping that he doesn't pull like a Kenjaku, fucking mega curse with this, and like we actually get to see this thing like in the flesh. But
just like a mothership.
Yeah, imagine like just this giant thing floating towards like Tokyo or whatever. They're like, we gotta stop that thing. And it's just a massive fucking dude in his underwear slowly approaching the city.
So I'm gonna have a pause moment real quick, but why is the ultimate yokai's ball so big?
Wow.
Like just look how square that is.
You really staring at that shit.
Just a question.
That nigga is packing hog for real.
Hog beefed up.
They don't call him the ultimate yokai for nothing.
Right.
What if those are the evil eye underwear and like Jermaine needs those as like part of because they have the underwear back at like I think not Seiko's place, but I think Manjiro has it. Like they have it in a box somewhere. They were showing it to people, I think, and some shit. So it's like an item that they have under wraps, probably showing to other exorcists and fucking basically like a museum or something. I think they're showing it to people, but like imagine if Jermaine gets it and it's like the final piece of Exodia. Like he needs those cursed underwear to complete the
Exodia.
Yeah, it's like I summon this big dumb fuck, but he won't come to life until I get a power source, and he slaps the undies on him. Cursed beliefs.
That'd be insane, but not completely, like unexpected. I can see Tatsu doing something like that.
It'd be the Dandadan thing.
Yeah.
Dandadan.
But I'm spent on this one. You got anything else for this, Knots?
I am Gucci.
What about you, Trevor?
Ina the Red's OP for Dandadan is better than Creepy Nuts. Fight me about it.
Wow.
But that's it.
I gotta watch some anime. I haven't watched anime in a long time, so I have no clue what the new opening sounds like. But we're gonna check it out soon. But that's gonna do it for Dandadan. Chapter 211. What the heck? What the helly?
What the heliante?
Now jumping into Shangri-La Frointier, chapter 237, letting even the wickedest of thoughts by. And I guess I'll start because I got some thoughts, comments, concerns. I do really enjoy the beginning. Always, love seeing Ray, and now that she's, admitted to who she is to Sun Raku, it's cool. It's nice to see little cute interactions, and she's so silly and clumsy. She's using the text to talk to text, speech to text, whatever you call it, and she's accidentally sending him shit, and Sun Raku's like, getting to see, a little bit more into her person. That's cool. That's cute.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, and I want to know how you guys feel. I
Mhm.
was kind of let down, man. I was expecting more of the samurai arc, and like you guys weren't here for
Dude,
last
so
week,
was
so
I, bro.
yeah. I don't know if I'm being kind of like if the rug's being pulled or if like we're going back to it or what. But
We're
like I
going
mean,
back.
the last chapter was good, and you guys weren't here to talk about it, so you can talk about that if you want. But like I don't know, Traffy, if you listen to the last two episodes, but like uh somebody like 2 weeks ago when Sunraku was like, "Yeah, I can't beat fucking Fugaku, so I'm gonna pull up and play this other game." And when he was holding that game, somebody on Reddit was like, "If any of you guys, for any of you guys out there who dislike when Sunraku or the story just kind of turns and goes and plays a different game, this next arc is gonna be for you." And they were hyping it up like this. They called it a masterpiece. They was like, "This next arc is a masterpiece," and they were talking about Sushigiri Capriccio or whatever, Bakumatsu. And so, like me and Knox were talking about it. It's like, bro, what do you mean? Like, this is the masterpiece of side games. And then, me and we were talking about it too. And it's like, bro, like, we all, we loved all the other games that they played. We loved fucking Burp and fucking what was the Hollow
Nephilim Hollow.
game? Yeah, Nephilim Hollow, and we loved Galactia Heroes, and like we got in this, samurai story, and it was like, okay, cool. I wasn't like I liked the first chapter that we got of it, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna need a little more before I'm like super locked in. But like I think it's good so far. But then like we jump here and it's gone.
Yeah. I definitely think that we
I
are going to be returning back to the game, especially after, um, Sunraku and Kyogoku kind of have their interactions about Fugaku and, the Seitan skill book, hopefully, and like all of that stuff. I definitely think that that's going to happen eventually. I don't know why they would show Kyogoku reacting to Sunraku talking about Fugaku and playing the VR Kendo game if they weren't eventually going to interact about the game at some point. And I think that could lead us back to Sujiri or Sujigiri Capriccio online eventually. I think that was
Yeah.
just a little
yeah,
taste.
I felt like that was a setup for going into an arc that focuses on a new game, so they're not just dropping a new game on you. Um, I can also see that since Sunraku is about to possibly go into a PvP battle for the first time in Shangri-La Frontier, something's going to happen. Like he loses or he barely wins, and then he feels like he needs to double down on being able to fight real people.
Yeah, I do hope that he goes back, but like the reason that he went there in the first place was to kind of like get touch up on his skills and get more like in the feel. Like, hey, I need to play a game that like actually pulls on my senses and puts me in like samurai kendo kind of vibe or whatever, so that I can practice and get the hang of it, and then go and beat Kyogoku or whatever. Not Kyogoku, but what was his name? Was it Kyogoku? Fugaku Ryoguen. So like he went to the game, we saw like a chapter, and then like this chapter comes and he beats
Fugaku.
Fugaku. Yeah, I'm getting the names mixed up. So he beats Fugaku. So it's like the reason that he joined that game in the first place is over. He's already achieved the thing. I mean, he did it by like basically cheating, but I mean, that don't matter. Like in the end, like who's dead, who's alive, or whatever type shit. So
Yeah.
he won. He got what he wanted, but like what I need to go back to that game.
I
Like I'm
think we will.
hoping.
I think we will because of Kyogoku.
Yeah.
I think that it works in regards to us just like finding out eventually that maybe Kyogoku also plays Sujigiri Capriccio online and wants to see Sunraku in that setting for one reason or another after they, talk about Fugaku or whatever. We definitely know that Kyogoku has to go back into the VR Kendo game to eventually beat her grandfather. But I
Yeah.
think
She already did.
What do you
No,
mean?
no, she was losing. She doesn't know that he exists.
She doesn't know about the hidden level in the game.
Yeah, we were talking about it in the last one.
I could have sworn
Yeah,
I
so
read.
so did Yato, but he was wrong.
Yeah. So she was beating up on regular guys, and she was like, "I don't understand why my grandpa was like
Yeah,
trying to
she
get me to
beat
play
the
this
main
game."
and never got to the hidden area where her grandfather was at. So like if you
Yeah,
go
because
back to like 3 chapters ago or something like that, it shows her playing the game, but the opponent that she's facing off at has full kendo gear on, including the helmet. And so
Yeah.
that's not Fugaku, obviously, because he's just in, like a gi and has his face exposed. So
Yeah, she doesn't know about because it requires like a special input or something. Like you beat the game, the credits are rolling, and then you push like up, down, left, right, A, B, and then it puts you in the jank with her grandpa. And so she doesn't know about that. But Sanraku was fighting the grandpa. So she, she's thinking, why the fuck did he give me this game and I'm just beating up on shitty old, fucking AI. But like she hasn't even gotten to the stage where her grandpa is at yet. And Sanraku just beat her grandpa.
hmm
Okay, yeah,
yeah, so
yeah.
that's gonna end up being like super important later. Like the fact that Sunraku has done it and Kyogoku has not is going to create a whole new dynamic between these two characters, and they're gonna have whole new interactions that could potentially lead them back to Sujigiri or Sujigiri Capriccio online for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, my worry was that like this is an arc that exists and is longer in the web novel, but like the mangaka, like they were like, we're just gonna kind of skip that one, not do that one, because like for whatever reason, so sometimes they do that, like with comics, like a comic book will exist and then like the TV show won't adapt a certain arc, or like with The Walking Dead, like they killed off somebody who had a major role in the next arc, and they kind of replaced that character and the arc didn't flow the same way, like stuff like that. I'm hoping that a situation like that didn't happen. Low key, I kind of want to know, but like I know the guy, I forget his name. There's the one guy who comments about Shangri-La Frointier in our comment section. I do and I don't. So like, don't tell me, because I feel like he's loading up a comment right now. But like, don't worry, bro. They're gonna go back in one chapter. Like, don't tell me. But like, man, it's burning me up to know because I really want to know, but I don't want you to tell me. So don't tell me. But
He
fuck,
gonna do
man,
it anyway.
I need it. And he'll be like, yeah, bring me back tomorrow. Don't worry. But yeah, it was a cool chapter. What? So yeah, like I said, you weren't here for the 2 episodes that we were really talking about Sushigiri. Traffy, what'd you think about the samurai game in general or whatever?
I mean, I liked it, but the chapters didn't hold as much interest for me as everything else currently going on. And it's a high bar, so
Yeah.
it's hard to kind of get up to those expectations. But I do see the potential in this game and what they can present in like another arc.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool because they were talking about like the different factions and like the benefits that you get, like him being with was it Shinsengumi, it gave him the ability to like dual wield, and some other people couldn't do that. Like there was guys with guns, and he's Sunraku's got these fucking weapons from, was it the Shidare Yozakura awarded to the top 15 finishers in last year's spring event, paired with the Tamayahashi Shaku, the reward for soloing the special boss. So Sunraku's like hella experienced in this game.
Yeah.
Like we gotta go back, man.
I love
We
the
got
beginning
to.
of the chapter. I love the beginning of the chapter inside of Sujigiri Capriccio because for me at least, it made me think that Sunraku was the POV character at the very beginning of the chapter.
Yeah.
Until he got duffed, and then Sunraku eventually pulled up, and they're like, "It's him."
Yeah.
Like I was like, "Okay, that was really well done."
Yeah, it's funny because like I thought he was everybody. I thought Saraku was the first guy, and then when he ran up on the dude that looked like the guy from Bleach that's got AIDS, even though he's dead,
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, that's Sunraku. And then like the dude gets shit on, and I was like, fuck, there's Sunraku. Like I thought every guy was Sunraku until it was revealed who Sunraku was.
Right. Yeah. It was,
And then
that was
like
really good.
it always trips me up. Like it makes me laugh when these guys they get like shit on by Sunraku, and then it's like his name has got to be like floating over his head. Why do you only realize who he is like after he's already fucking collected your fucking body and took your loot? Like after he's duffing them, they're like, this guy's Sunraku. He was the champion of blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, y'all ain't see that name before?
Right. I think it just goes to show how ass they are at the game that they can't like focus on like multiple stimuli. Like they just get like they just get tunnel vision in the
Yeah.
current moment because it's like full dive VR, so it's like easy to kind of like miss that kind of thing when you're low level and inexperienced or something. And I think that was the
Yeah.
point that they were making.
So one interesting thing I want to point out, because we have continually called this game an MMO when it was specifically stated that it was a battle royale.
Which game?
Ushigiri.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess the names don't always be floating above people's heads in like Fortnite.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
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 So
Okay.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah.
I am
Good point.
curious to see what they do with it, because like going into this game versus the last game that he had went into, he was a new player in that game. This one he already has experience in. So it's kind of a different setup for how the arc would work coming back to a game he has already played and he's experienced with.
Yeah. Something also just unrelated to the chapter, but I was on YouTube like 2 or 3 days ago, and again, I'm sorry I forgot your name, but guy who reads Shangri-La Frontier web novel and comments, don't fucking don't do it, don't confirm or deny anything. But I feel like this one's super stupid and easy to. I saw a post, a YouTube video. It was a YouTube short, and you know how shorts be, fucking 10 seconds or whatever. And somebody made a short, and it was like, "Is Sylvie Goldberg secretly a Kane Akitsu?" This shit has 76,000 views.
What?
76,000 views. I was like, bro, for one, that's
Oh,
crazy for a Shangri-La Frontier video. But two, I was like, that just don't even make sense. Akane Akitsu was the nude from Burp. It wouldn't make sense. Sylvia, I think it was Sylvia, was a fucking god. Like I don't see her being a noob in one game.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's like U.S. champion tier, fucking player. So I don't see
isn't
her. Hmm?
I think there was also mention of Shangri-La Frontier not being available outside of Japan yet.
True. I think that was definitely a thing. I think yeah, pretty sure that
Because
was.
I remember them talking. I don't know. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's something along the lines of Shangri-La Frontier itself is not available outside of Japan yet. I think it's probably coming, but like, and I feel like Silva, I can't remember if it's Sylvia or Silva, but she's definitely going to join some Shangri-La Frontier. But I like the fact that they think that is Kanye Kitsu is kind of silly to me because they have completely different personalities, and well, I guess in the tournament he went by No Face and not Sunraku, because like Kanye Kitsu is all about Sunraku. Oh my God, I want to be just like you, but like I was gonna say like if that was Sylvia, she would know like, hey Sunraku, I fought you. Like they wouldn't be fanboying, but Sunraku didn't use Sunraku when he played in the tournament, so I don't know. Either way, don't really make sense. It's just I thought it was crazy to see a video from Shangri-La Frontier with 76,000 views like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That is pretty big.
yeah, but yeah, good chapter. Sunraku getting his dub the unhonorable way, but it's a video game. Take
Right.
them L's and take your W's how you can get them. And
Yes, sir.
he completed the game and he jumped back to get
That just
some of that.
adds
What
to
was it called?
that adds to the charm of Sanraku too. Like I feel like it's very unorthodox for, a character that kind of exists in this really high tier, like highly skilled, highly capable, like echelon in a certain profession. I feel like it's very rare for them to use roundabout ways to win that aren't like honorable if they exist
Yeah,
in that tier. But like Sunraku doesn't care about taking shortcuts like that in order to achieve his goals, and I feel like that's just really I feel like it's really cool. I feel like it helps like the charm of his character. It sets him apart.
yeah. It's like there's nobody around to see. It's not like he's competing on a national stage or whatever, and people are gonna judge him. Like all he cares about is the W, and like he'll be able to say, "Yeah, I beat that dude" or
Right.
whatever, and nobody's gonna like question that he cheated because nobody's gonna even think that like you can drop it low, limbo, and leg grapple or whatever. Like nobody's thinking that they're trying
Right.
to kendo him. So
Right.
if he wins, he's just like everybody just thinks, "Oh yeah, he's a beast at kendo or whatever." But I like like that he immediately fucking cracks open the celebratory stash of riot blood. We haven't seen him chug that in a while. And his
Yeah, he
sister
said he went. He
sister
said he
makes her
quit
return.
cold turkey. So he's riding the high of finally beating Fugaku, which was tearing him apart until he finally did it. So now he's juiced up off that. Then he gonna actually drink the juice right after. That's gonna have his heart rate going and his brain zappy. This nigga probably feels like he ate a limitless pill right now.
Yeah, he about to go crazy in Shangri-La Frointier. What's first? Does he said I got a
Rabatuza defense.
first, yeah, okay. So he's got to do the defense, and then he's got the fucking PvP battle. Man, I can't wait to see this fucking Rabatuza defense because I've been waiting to see some sort of raid on the Rabbit Land or something. But I'm thinking it's not gonna be like a player raid. It was the snake, the Golden Ine or whatever they said it's supposed to. Was like in the tunnels catching bunnies or something, right? It was like something like that. Gotta go back. And look.
Yeah. Why on the final page? Why does it look like there's like eyeballs in his hair?
Huh?
Like at a quick glance, I
Oh, I
thought
see
there was
what
like
you're
a
talking about.
creature
On the
standing
last
behind him.
on the last
Oh,
page.
wow.
This nigga.
The two dots. I was like, what is behind him? And I was like, oh wait, that's his hair. Never mind.
Wow. Yeah. It's good to see his sister here too. She's reading a magazine with fucking pencil gone on the cover. Can
Pencil
barely
Gone,
make
she's
it out,
that woman.
but yeah, she's a model. You know what I'm saying? He's annoying his sister.
I know what that feels like.
You got a
Maybe
sister?
my son upstairs playing games,
Oh.
stomping on the floor.
Well, it's gonna be a long day ahead. Yeah. Yeah, interested to see, what we got next, but really hoping that we get back to Sushigiri Capriccio soon. Because that was supposed to be the one, man. And like it's crazy to hype up an arc and then we see like a fucking glimpse of it and step away. And it's not like it wasn't like Galactia Heroes, because it was like, yeah, we knew there was a tournament. We stepped into the game and took a little break and came back, but we knew we were coming back. Nothing like you can assume that we're gonna go back to Sushigiri, but nothing has been set up to say like he's definitely gonna play that game again. Like for all we know, she can mention it like, hey, why'd you mention that game? And then he just talks to her about it, and then she plays it again, and it'd be cool to follow her through that game. But yeah, either way, definitely need to see that, and Saraku's got a full plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than a full plate. All his food's mixing.
Yeah. Interesting that like in their text, on the first page, she has for Sunraku like I wonder if this is their text. This is their text conversation, not like in game, unless maybe it is an in-game chat or something. I don't know. This is weird because his name in her phone is Sunraku and it's his bird mask, and her name in his phone is Cyger Zero and it's her helmet. So it's like, are they saving each other's contacts in their like phone as that, or are they on like some app to communicate like through the game?
Oh no, this is through the game because I'm glad I got to play SLF with you the other day. That's her sending that message.
Yeah, but like she's sending it to him, and they're both looking at
Yeah,
their
yeah,
phone.
but
So.
she's looking at her message that she sent him. Because then on the next page you have Sunraku's messages showing up coming from the left-hand side, whereas her message came from the right-hand side. And then on the second page as well, if you go down to the bottom left, you see Sunraku looking at his phone, and then he's in the bottom right. So it is
Oh
an in-game
yeah,
chat.
yeah, because Saiger, she probably wouldn't save herself as Saiger Zero. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So they're like not texting through phone; they're like communicating in game. So they gotta get that. They gotta get them phone numbers. That whatever they
SLF
call
got
it,
a
line.
companion app.
Yeah, they need some Gmail, some AOL or something. Maybe them digits.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good chapter. I don't think I got anything else. You got anything else for this one, Knox?
I think I'm Gucci.
What about you, Trapper?
Heated.
All right. Well, if we forgot anything, let us know down below. That's gonna do it, baby. Shangri-La Frointier 237, letting even the wickedest of thoughts by. Now jumping into Gachiakuta, chapter 150. Wait for me, and a big banger, man. Crazy chapter. Following up with the last one, all the energy, shooting out of Gauntus's like neck to, his fucking necklace powering up the chokers and shit like that. We see all the people around the world and jump straight into Gauntus's memory space. And I really love how the outlines around Gauntus and Rudo are shown kind of like it reminds me of like Paper Mario. It looks like they're not really here. They're just kind of slapped in this area over the textures of the world and stuff. So you get to see, they're not really there. Like the
Yeah.
specters just walking in this illusionary space. This is cool. Cool way to show Rudo his memories and stuff. And this chapter's good. I never disliked Maimo, but like this backstory has really done it, man. Maimo is solid, and this is what I'd be asking for from a lot of stories, like with Centuria. And I'm like, please, just give me some, new character that like isn't related to the other guys, like, in this case, the Vandals, and boom, we got it. Maimo has fucking pulled through. He's been a hell of a son of a bitch, man. I
Yeah.
love this chapter. I love this backstory.
Mimo gotta go. They gotta take him out. Somebody's gotta take a potato peeler to his sack.
Yo.
Yeah, he's gotta go. Cause like, bro,
Dog.
like
But
just
yes.
gotta address it, man. Do the weeb thing. Just cut straight to it, bruh. The fucking family,
Yeah.
he beheaded this nigga's moms and pops
And put them on
or
plates.
whatever. Put them on plates. Like there's blood coming from the eyes and nose and mouth. Like, bro, what?
Yeah, that's bogus as fuck. I was like, dude, are you serious, dog?
This is horror. Like I was like, this is horror. Like
The
I tried to
horror.
read I was like, I saw the page. I was like, bro, what am I reading? Like, is this the same manga?
Yeah. Yeah, Maimo is a real villain. He's a real criminal.
Yeah. Like if there was any doubts, like maybe he's just he's just a charismatic, kind of bad guy. Nah, this motherfucker is beheading people.
Yeah. And
He
serving
is
them on
horrible.
plates to their kids.
Yeah.
The conflict between Mimo and the Vandals is kind of, I love it because the Vandals kind of represent a group that does the right thing for what they assume is the right reasons. Mimo's just evil. Like there is no justification for his actions. He's just evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just wants to rule over everyone. And there's probably things that like led him to be that way, but like ultimately, his goal is to be like the king. He's trying to lead and rule over the trash heap, and he will do anything, step on anybody, kill any person, behead, family members to force someone to work to the bone. Like further, even like Gauntus he's going beyond working to the bone. Like he can't get out of his chair. His blood is in all of these chokers, and he's fucking tired. He can't do shit.
Right.
And it's like, he really made a deal with the devil. Like he got him a new heart or whatever, so he could, run, and you're free from now on. I want you to run free and eat freely and do all these things, and happiness given to me by the devil. And then he's like, yeah, we're gonna do this work, sell it for cheap. Let's get paid, and then turn around and it's like, yeah, nah, this plan was actually so I could become the king.
And you
I love
helped.
how I love how this chapter sets up to Lily as like a support character. Her power, it gives her the ability to do anything, but that power comes with a price if she uses it to harm anyone. But she can use her power to do anything for anyone else. And since she shows up at the end of the chapter, we could assume she's going to show back up in the fight in order to give Rudo essentially a Zenkai boost. Like Gauntus has no faith in Lily's ability and feels like he needs to constantly protect her, but Tu Lily could be smart enough to assist in her own way that doesn't harm herself.
Wait, isn't a Zenkai boost when you like come back from like a near fatal wound stronger?
Oh yeah,
'Cause you
yeah,
survived?
a power up.
Yeah. I was like, wait
Yeah.
a minute, Zenkai boost.
Yeah.
She takes
I mean,
Rudo out so he gets up stronger.
Yeah.
She could have some sort of like, because I mean, assuming she has some kind of buffing power, she could, he could be on his last leg, and she comes and fucking tra la la, and Naruto like gets up and some kind of sparkly magical goodness heals him, puts him back on his feet, and gives him a power up. It could happen.
Yeah, but I feel like that would kind of like take stakes away from any kind of conflict. I would rather it just be
Yeah.
like, support for a certain strategy that they're trying to employ rather than like, oh, you were beaten. Well, not anymore because two Lily's here. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want it to happen
Yeah.
like that. But
Yeah,
but
don't save the day.
Yeah, but I can definitely see her supporting in literally any other kind of way, and that being cool as like a loophole around her ability to not be aimed at someone maliciously with intent to harm. But if you use your ability to increase the power of an ally and the ally wants to harm someone, then that's fine.
Yeah, I can. I definitely just she. She's not the same little girl that Gauntis, knew and saved and
No.
took in and gave her food. And so he's still thinking that he needs to protect her, but like in all these years, she's probably like come to realize what they don't say it. Like he's kept the things away from her, and she probably knows that like Gauntis has some things that he can't say to me, but she's probably come to realize a lot of the things that he like sacrificed and what he's been doing all these years. So it's like she's probably just been waiting just as long as he has to have this plan, this day happen, so that she can one day return the kindness that he showed to her and have his back. So she's definitely not like this, like what he thinks of her. I don't think he is expecting her to be useful in a way that she probably will be. Like he probably thinks that she might retaliate, like, oh, you hurt my friend and I'm gonna use my power to attack you and actually murder myself. But I think she's thought way further ahead than that, and
for sure.
has a good plan.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this is a good chapter. Mamo's a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, fuck this nigga Mimo, bro. This nigga Rudo's about to activate like a motherfucker, bro. The 3R got the Conqueror's Hockey Black Lightning coming off of it.
Yeah.
So what's up? So okay, so I was watching the newest episode with my homeboy in Discord the other day, and we were talking about like the names of vital instruments and how they're all cool because the newest episode was Tamsi, using his vital instrument for the first time in like that first Amo arc, and he was like vital instrument Tokushin, and we were talking about how every vital instrument's got like a sick name, except for Lovely Assist Staff because that shit is garbage. But like going into like 3R, like did we ever get an explanation of what 3R stands for or means, or did he just name it and then?
It's reuse, recycle, and what's the other one? That's actually a thing.
Oh,
reuse, recycle, reduce. But I think in this case it might not be reduce. I don't know what the other one could be.
Hold on. Did we actually get that in the actual?
I don't think so, but that's like the known, like that's a thing.
Oh, okay, that's a thing. Yeah. So like I'm trying to think of the meaning of the name, and I'm like, hold on, R, Rudo, Regto. Okay, wait a minute. 3, Cerberus, Cerberus 3. What I'm
it's
saying?
definitely
like
there's definitely a thing. Oh yeah, it's
Or,
reuse, reduce, reuse, recycle.
Okay.
Rudo, his technical last name is Sherbrek. There are 3 R's in Rudo Sherbrek.
Oh shit.
Yeah. There's definitely, manga could be doing that shit where it's like a lot of like connections, Sherbrek, Cerberus, and just manga could be doing. They do that shit. It's like a lot of stuff to make your brain tick and go like, oh wow, is it related to this? And it's actually related to all of those things.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So it's definitely, and I'd like just Googled like 3R Gachiakuta, and then like on the wiki page it like says like trivia, the name 3R comes from reduce, reuse, recycle, a popular slogan meant to promote waste management, which just makes the most sense. God. And that's probably exactly what it is. Yeah. But I was sitting there, I had my thinking cap on, I hit the Benjamin, I blinked the Benjamin like 3 times and watched the episode and got to thinking shit. And, but yeah.
So I feel like y'all already know this just because y'all are mentioning it, but y'all, Cerbrek is Cerberus backwards.
Correct.
Yeah.
We talked about that before.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
That's why I said Cerberus like a minute ago.
Yeah, that's what I figured, but Just wanted to make sure.
This
Yeah.
nigga.
And he summoned like a Cerberus head once or twice, like when they were in the trash, not the trash beast,
He's
but
rocking
when
a
they were in the
Cerberus head
forest.
right now in his current
Yeah,
drip.
yeah, he's got a Cerberus head on his hood. And then when he was trying to get the information from the information broker, and they found that box in the woods, that he turned it into like a Cerberus
Yeah.
or a single like Cerberus
Yeah,
head. I
just a
don't know what
dog head.
yeah, Surrey or Burris.
Yeah.
Ah,
And his like ancestor's name is Canis, which
Yeah,
is
Canis Sherbrick,
you know what I'm saying? That goes into
like
canine
Yeah,
stuff, yeah.
yeah. We got some
The
shit in
dog
there. Canis,
motif is strong in this shit.
yeah.
yeah. Canis Sherbrick, the Undertaker. We need to see dude, man. I need a hidden inventory arc for that nigga.
Yeah, I need that for sure, for sure.
We'll,
Yeah, bro had good intentions.
we'll probably
man.
get it.
Yeah, yeah. Countess had some good intentions though, man. He was like planning, getting these fucking chokers out to people, and he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna make some money. I'm gonna fucking buy a good house for Lily and my family, and do all this stuff." And Mama was like, "Well, what if we used it to find dirt on politicians and shit?" He's like, "Nigga, what are you doing? What if we got all the weaknesses of the people in power and use that to fucking exploit them and fucking find a way to put me on top? I want to be the ruler." Nigga went and got his own fit. What is that? A ruler? Was it? A ruler has to be iconic. Where is it? Yeah, it's important for a ruler to be iconic. Yeah, showing him his fucking family like that is crazy. It's like, hey, now you don't need to go to work anymore. You can just, work for me. You don't need to worry about taking care of your family. So when he says for Lily, ignorance becomes a shield, I wonder if it's also like it's not only that like maybe attacking causes her to hurt herself, but maybe as long as she doesn't realize something, like her power is stronger, like if she doesn't know or something. I don't know. I feel like this is a weird power because how does someone else know? Like if she's never like murdered herself with her power, how do you know that using her power is going to murder herself?
There could be like minor repercussions based on the amount of damage she does. So like if she pinpricks someone, it does a little bit of damage to herself versus like if she shoots someone.
Yeah.
Or also the conditions could, just be like everything about the ability can just be known in the heart of the user. Like it just could be like communicated to the soul directly, and that could be, a part of the power system. Because like especially if we're like saying that it's inspired by a concept like panpsychism, which I brought up like a couple times before, like that says that there's a little bit of consciousness in all matter, whether it's animate or inanimate. Like there could be some kind of communication between the instrument and the user in that way, tied to that panpsychist concept.
Yeah, but this is weird for him to say like she doesn't know. For Lily, ignorance becomes a shield. So like,
so Lily doesn't know, but Gauntis does.
that's what it sounds like. And it's like for an ability where he's saying if she uses it to hurt somebody, she'll kill herself. It's like that's killing yourself isn't something you get to do multiple times. Yeah.
Oh, so there has to have been a time where she used her ability like kind of like halfway, to harm someone and ended up like in the hospital or some shit. And
I think it's
just like put it together like, yo, if you use this and aim it at people, it's gonna fucking kill you or something like that.
I think it's a more general statement, like ignorance becomes a shield, and that's why I told her nothing. And it's so like he's hiding her from the dangers of the world, so she's not put into a position where she would have to use her powers on someone.
Okay, not that ignorance is related to her power. Just as long as she doesn't, like if you don't know I robbed the bank, I don't gotta kill you.
Yeah, like for example, her going home to sleep, even though most people would know that her mother wasn't coming back, her ignorance kept her going back home.
But he says it so matter of factly, like her power, it gives her the ability to do anything, but that power comes with a price. If she uses it to harm anyone, she will die. Like it sounds like a textbook, explanation for how the ability works, and not like some kind of metaphorical thing.
To go back into what you said, like the soul of the user knows what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't, but his powers allow him to see into the hearts of other people, so he would be able to see
Oh
it.
yeah, there
Okay.
we go. There we go.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir. All right, that ties it up then.
I can see it. Okay. Yeah, I reach the people wearing my chokers. I open the door to their hearts and create a path to deliver thoughts and voices to their souls. That's
Yep,
my true power.
yep. There we go.
Okay, so yeah, he can connect to their hearts. Okay.
Yeah, so that's
The
why he
the
knows the
thing,
conditions of her ability, even if, and I feel like she does too. Like there's,
yeah,
like I still feel like what I said is true for
Yeah,
for any giver. You know what I mean? As soon as you activate the powers, like the instrument communicates its functionality to the user
I think to an
I
extent.
am
to an extent. Yeah.
Yeah, because like
I am
Rudo.
curious. Oh, I am curious how like her powers formed. Because with Rudo, we know that his power, the three R's, comes from his natural love of garbage, um, or cherishing another man's trash is another man's treasure, whatever. So, what in To Lily's life gave her the ability to do anything with the repercussion of dying if she was to harm someone
Just
else?
Well,
it's probably just like a combination of like a need for escapism because her like the reality of her life was just like so shitty of like what she was experiencing in day to day when she met Countess. Like she like was getting beat up and her parents like were dead or something like that, or her parents sucked and beat her up. I can't remember exactly what her shit was, but her circumstances were fucking terrible. So like I
yeah.
can see this very like whimsical like mage with a million spells in the spell book be able to do anything is just like a tie to a certain level of escapism that she needed to get away from the harsh reality of her living situation. And then
Yeah.
that's obviously tied to the cane that was gifted to her
Yeah.
um,
From Gaunt's grandma
from
or whatever.
Countess's grandma. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I can see that being like the impetus for or the catalyst for the concept
That
of her ability.
Yeah, that and like, grandma needs the cane to support her, being able to move and walk and stuff, and she uses it. So it's like using the tool is using that support item to no longer, keep yourself up, and using it in a way to harm someone instead of to supporting yourself could have some drawbacks. Like it's not its intended use or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
interesting. I love that we, the cane, it being a cane is great. I just love that we saw her get it in the flashback and it's from his grandma and she's like so in love with it and, childish. It's a staff, a magic staff, and grandma's a sorcerer. It's a wand or whatever. So, and now she's like this magician type character or whatever. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, very hyped for the next chapter because like the way this chapter ended with two Lily just standing like on a canyon or whatever, looking at the doll festival. Just this shit looks fire. Like
Yeah.
you can tell she's like planning to do some shit. Like she's ready to activate.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this looks like I arrived at the Leaf Village. I'm looking at it. I'm about to blow this shit up.
Yeah, for real though.
Yeah, like getting some cool vibes. Wait for me. So like, who is saying wait for me? Is it her saying to Countess to wait for me? Is it Countess saying wait and I'll save you? A lot of ways it can go.
Yeah.
Need it.
Yeah, peak chapter. I think I'm
Very
spent on
peak.
this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got anything else, Knox?
I think I'm good.
Traffer.
Yeah, I'm spent.
All right, that's gonna do it for Big Gachi, Big Cooter, chapter 150. Wait for me.
Big cooter.
Now jumping into Ichi the Witch, 50-second hunt, freeze. And Traffy, how you feeling?
Oh, okay.
He
Yeah.
wasn't ready.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Yeah.
This chapter's kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
I'll start from the beginning. Let me not pull a weeb.
Yeah, don't weave it.
So I do like how 52 chapters in, we are still getting lore, build up of the world. So now we have this introduction of epic magics that aren't quite on the level of the world hater magic. It's more so that they are uniquely dangerous. So we are currently hunting the Chrono Weaver magic or the time magic, and that is a very unique power set. On top of the fact that he is frozen in the middle of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
So they just keep giving us more, and I love it. I
Yeah,
want more.
and they honestly should. I mean, like 52 chapters isn't like for a world that we always knew was going to be massive in size and scale from pretty much like the first couple of chapters of Ichi the Witch. I feel like we can be getting a lot of this lore and a lot of this world building for a very long time, like probably throughout the entire series as they build up this huge magical adventure story. So like that's great to know or to get the feeling for.
Yeah, it happens in a room or two. We're still getting fucking lore world building stuff 400 chapters in.
Right. Yeah. It just, and I'm here for it because it's all very creative. It's all very well thought out. It's all very unique in the handling of familiar concepts like this time magic that they're hunting right now. The reasons why they're saying it's so complicated to hunt it are just very well explained. You know what I mean? It's like the people who have made it here before, like they probably did, but the magic just reversed time to before they ever encountered it. Like they probably could have got right to the end to acquire it, but then a small margin of error decided the bout, and then the time magic just reversed time to before they even encountered him in the first place. And it's as if they never found him to begin with, and that's just like really trippy and really cool. And it's like, holy shit, how do you deal with something like that? I understand why they classified it in this way now, because it's like, what do you do about that? You know what I'm saying? And like just like the way that they brought up how there's like a shanty tale that was made about this thing, it just adds to the epic nature of the epic magic to like know that this thing is so elusive and so hard to deal with or even find, and let alone encounter, to the point where they're telling seafaring pirate stories about it. Like it just adds to everything and just makes it feel so much heavier. Yeah.
And to add on to your comment about him reversing time to where they're not even confronting him anymore, I like how this chapter continues to show the resourcefulness as well as the vast amount of magics that Discaris has acquired. Because like she has Magneta that can pull the others to her, and then you have Speed Ray, which speed boosts them back onto the ship.
Yeah.
And I just think it's so cool how they continue to write Discaris as like this absolutely busted character,
Right.
but it never feels like she's like a Gojo.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like she definitely has, a lot more flaws in combat that can be like exploited by enemies than Gojo ever did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, she's still disgustingly competent and resourceful outside of just what she brings to the table, power level wise, because she gets on the ship, she puts a watch down, you know what I'm saying, and then she's expecting them to get reset or sent back in time to some degree, because when she makes it back onto the ship after the speed race, she picks up the watch and then compares the times and is like, aha, so you did do this thing, you know what I mean? Like she's just like very much there cognitively as she is, power level wise, and it just does a lot for her character to give her moments like that.
Yeah, and there's levels to that shit, because not only does she get to see that like time has passed in a different way, but also like they were, evacuated from the ship, but the watch was not. So it's not like a complete reset of time for everything that's on the ship. Like it targeted them and got them off the ship, but the watch was still there.
Right.
So that's something that they could, exploit further down the line in the battle if they end up battling. With this fucking speed ray thing, am I tripping? Like when they use it, the speed ray, is it basically like squeezing them? Like if you squeeze a marble with your fingers and it kind of like fires off? That's what it looks like.
Oh, it looked like it kind of like
I think
it
so.
looked like it kind of cocked back and just clapped them forward.
Yeah, and like the pressure of like squeezing it from both sides, like from that clap, like shot it forward or whatever.
Yeah. Something like that.
I think what exactly happened there is the Magneta created like a magnetic bubble around them like Magneto's bubble in Marvel
Yeah.
Rivals for anyone who plays that.
Huh.
And then the clap happens that sends them back onto the ship, and then they are still covered in it. And I think this is a far-fetched theory, but I feel like Discaris is using the magnetism to try to protect them from the
The clap.
time effects,
Oh.
like when they're on the boat, because they
Yeah.
still have the bubbles around them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. I guess it just wasn't drawn because like in that page when they're slapped back to the ship, like Ichi's fucking slamming in the ground back
Yeah.
first. I was like, bro, you got spinal injury.
I broke my back.
Spinal. Yeah, I was like, he not getting up from that. But next page, he's back up. He's cooking. He's straight. So
But so there is one thing I want to bring up because I did see it and it was kind of funny, but also kind of weird. So we get introduced to this pregnant lady, who is impregnated by the time magic, and I saw someone say, "What if she's acquired the time magic already, and what
Yeah.
if the trial was the baby?"
Nigga,
I think-
what? You gotta fuck the
Yeah.
magic to acquire him?
Yeah, it's like
That's
that's a
not-
weird.
no, hell
the
no.
Diddy magic. Yeah.
Nah, go check that nigga's hard drive. Who said that?
I don't know who said
Yeah.
it. It's a random tweet.
Oh no.
Yeah, I
lock
saw
that
that
nigga
shit.
up.
Yeah. Nah, that is a wild trial. But like, I don't want to say I can see it, but like,
I cannot see no. Hell no. Hell no, nigga.
yeah, it's
Okay,
like, I don't know.
maybe it's not like the impregnation that's the trial, but it's like falling in love with him or marrying him.
Yeah.
Something
I
a
don't
little
know.
more uh safe for work, I guess.
Yeah, I will say that this is definitely a misdirect. Like when they were like, "Hey, we're going to this ghost ship and it's time powers," I'm thinking of fucking revived fucking seamen on the ship that attack and it's like a battle with an actual ghost ship and they get here and it's a dude and he's like protecting his pregnant wife who's like swabbing the deck and cleaning the boat and shit. He's like protecting her. So it's like this is completely fucking left field. No one expected this shit at all. Like I didn't even think there was gonna be like a humanoid magic here. I thought the boat was gonna be the magic itself, and like once it was acquired, it would be like one of those like figurine ships in a bottle magics or whatever.
So,
But-
two things here. Why was the pregnant lady in a suit of armor when she didn't know anybody was there?
Maybe she's just goofy and likes to wear armor.
Yeah, she's just a silly, quirky
Okay.
little goofster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Second thing, this chapter implies the existence of human magic hybrids. Like it could be something that's already out in the world. And I am curious to see if that is elaborated on in the future. And, is Ichi one?
All this chapter implied for me is I'm ready to see some baddie magics, now that I know that,
Hold on, Traffy.
Oh my God.
Hold
Now
on.
that I know some things you can do with magics, man. What
Oh,
the baddies at?
Nah, bro, back up. We do need like a fine like humanoid
Yeah.
magic to pull up.
Give me a thick magic, yeah.
Yeah, we need some thicky magics to pull up. I agree with that. But,
What you mean? This ain't odor.
True. We gonna talk about that too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We gonna talk about
we
that.
get there. We get there.
Yeah, that's up next actually. But yeah, I mean, just going back to what Traffy was talking about the potential or the possibility that Ichi is a human magic hybrid is really, really cool to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad I thought
Could
of
explain why
Anyway, so-
a male with
it. You heard it here
course.
first, episode 40.
Knox stealing credit from a black man.
Oh shit. My favorite thing to
yeah.
do.
Yeah. I can't help but like if that were the case, people are gonna like flame that shit. Like, okay, so not only is he the prophesized, kid, he's also the kid that the only male in the world that can use magic, but he's also half magic, and it's just like the
Hey.
chosen one thing. They're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
Yeah, No. Last chapter, chapter before last, when what's her face? Giga Sharon?
Runner.
Yeah. She was talking about the idea of humanity and magics coexisting, and
We got an
Ichi
example
is
right
the
here.
prophecy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might turn out to be that way.
Might got some ingredients for a stew, maybe.
Dubious
We'll
I'm
see.
always cooking.
No, I do like that. Just
food.
yeah, the Duke burger. Yeah, I love how just every story has their own take on just time powers. It's always interesting to see like how the next manga is gonna do it. And this one was
Right.
cool. They enter this time bubble, and even the water and the fish within it are frozen. So it's like they can Ichi's standing on a wave of water that just like isn't moving. That's cool. They can like walk
Yeah.
on the water. Yeah, that's like super dope. It does remind me kind of Magatia space, where it's like he can potentially like reverse, but it doesn't like fully reset. So there's not the condition where it's like I can say a word and have the entire day and everyone reverse or whatever. But like
Well,
the fact that
Magatia's power did reverse. It was just only affecting those who were completely under his spell.
yeah, but like just the
But
the fact that
continue.
like the watch is still there and stuff like there's some differences because she was able
Yeah.
to leave a watch and then like it's targeted. So yeah, he's targeting like these kids, but he didn't like send his baby mama off. I do wonder though, like what the deal is. Like even if it's not like her acquiring him by having his baby, like is she frozen? Like maybe she's been pregnant for 100 years and he's kind of frozen her in time and she can't step out. Maybe he's afraid to let her off the ship because like she'll die or something, or like maybe his trial is helping his wife deliver the baby or something. I don't know. Like this, it's interesting. This whole like him having a woman on the ship and she's being a human and she's pregnant and he's the time, you know, like how long has she been pregnant? Because normally it's 10 months or 9 months, but like the
Yeah,
time
with the
magic.
time magic, yeah, he could speed that up or slow it down.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
she could have been pregnant forever, or like
I feel
what?
like there would be consequences to that though, because like if you fast forward them 9 months, the baby would be missing the 9 months of nutrients.
Not
No,
if
you can just include the 9 months of nutrients in the fast forward.
yeah, like that could
You're
just be
not,
part of
Well,
yeah, you're not like removing the 9 months from like the YouTube, like, video progress bar and just going from, the one
well,
second to 9 months. Like, you're still doing the whole 9 months. It's just faster.
fast
Yeah,
forwarding.
yeah,
well. So my point for that was like, so if he's fast forwarding the entire area 9 months, yes. But if he's just fast forwarding her body, that would not include her eating.
sure.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking that he was just kind of fast forwarding like everything in the bubble. Like if he chose to, he could speed up everything
Yeah, yeah.
or slow down
So
everything.
outside the bubble, it's been like a day, but inside the bubble, it's been 9 months.
Hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He could be time chambering it. But yeah, this is just interesting, and he immediately freezes when they grab her.
Right? He's like, oh, all right, fight's over. You win. You got my bitch.
You got my bitch. Yeah, and Ichi just he can sense that she's pregnant. He's like, I think there's a human in this arm, but not only that, she's pregnant. It's like,
Yeah, how the fuck would you know that, my nigga?
yeah, I
Nah, this
guess
nigga
it's
is
like
half magic, bro.
yeah, because like at
He
first I
could
was just
sense the
thinking,
magic in her.
Yeah.
yeah, and everybody's like, what? Nobody knows how to react to pregnant lady aboard the fucking time ghost ship.
Yeah, what the
I
hell?
wouldn't either.
The baby I'm carrying is a human and magic. Yeah, so like, yeah, how does that work, bro? Because then like when she gives birth to it, if it's a magic, can it be acquired? And then at that point, it's like you start getting into some some human rights conversations because it's like half human, like acquiring a fucking half human, half magic. How does that work? They got some questions need to be asked.
Yeah.
Does she send this thing to school? Like, Does it stay on the boat with his dad? Like, I don't know, man. And what's up with dad's design? Like, bro, like a peacock, man. What is it? What are these feathers?
All right, he got something going on. There seems to be like some
Reminds me
feathery
of.
stuff like going on, and from character design to character design, like Uroro had some feathery stuff happening too.
True.
Let me see, because I feel like I remember something. Let me y'all keep going. I'm looking something up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, they. The Scar said before, like the Witch Association would pay, any amount of money to acquire this thing, and they don't even know if it's a human hater. So, I mean, clearly it's not if it's pumping out babies.
Right.
But
Yeah, I ain't got nothing.
okay, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't see. I don't know, because like the last arc was long, and I don't really feel like this one's gonna be long now that they added this like woman into it. Like, unless we're about to get like some tragic backstory, and he's like, my wife died and I revived her, like she died while pregnant or something, and this is like the revived version of his wife, and he just keeps bringing her back to life and watching her, live on until she dies or something. I don't know. I don't really see this being a super long arc, but also just how do you resolve this? Like, do you capture the dude? Like, does he come to the crib and be cool like Jiki Shirone if they like promise to watch over the woman and the kid? I don't really know where we go from here.
So I was onto something. Peacocks symbolize eternal time in Hindu mythology, the passage of time and
Ooh.
cosmic cycles as seen in the peacock clock.
Okay,
Hey.
what you type in for that?
Yeah.
Peacock time.
Peacock's relation to time.
Okay.
Butterscotch, yo.
Yeah, I knew I remembered peacocks in relation to time from somewhere. I just couldn't remember.
Yeah, it was probably when I texted you the other day about peacocks and
Why
time.
why you do this?
Just had to remind you.
Peacock, you gotta let me fly.
Just teaching you. Just
Ugh.
teaching you.
Hmm.
Yeah. First the Roro, then the world hater. Now you. Your skills are so cheaty, it makes me sick.
Yeah, it should
Yeah.
be
That's what the
musto.
scar says. And she goes for the kill, and then Mama's like, dun da da da, time to swab the decks. So she's just vibing, like probably got brownies in the oven and everything, like just chilling. Oh my goodness, so many guests and entourage of witches, maybe? Oh gosh, then this is Harley, the time to clean. I'm so sorry for interrupting your undoubtedly serious discussions with my jaunty entry. Yeah, like she's a silly one.
Hmm.
And they just grabbed her immediately. Like she pops up, they got her arms. You're not going nowhere. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Definitely interesting.
That was a really good chapter. I definitely enjoyed my time reading through it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Coming up with so many theories on my own.
Uh-huh. Thinking about all the thick magics that are coming up.
It'll happen.
You
I'm sure of it.
dummy thickums, yeah. Let's get it.
Need some mathics.
Yeah. Mad thick chicks. But yeah, no, this is good. I definitely was not just expecting this at all. Like we fly into this ship based on that last page from last chapter. It's like zooming in. I'm like, oh yeah, baby, fucking spooky ghost ship chronostasis. So like, what if it's two magics? Because it says the ghost ship chronostasis, and then they get here and they're using so many names: chronostasis, the chrono weaver magic, time magic. Like, what if this is like two magics working
Well,
together?
Chronostasis is the name of the boat, and it's basically implying that the boat and everything around it is frozen in time.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
the Chrono Weaver magic is the actual magic itself, but they had to name the boat something because like that's as far
They
as
didn't
most
know.
people get.
Yeah.
Yeah, as they just see the boat and then boom, all of a sudden it's next Tuesday and they don't know how they got there.
So I'm guessing people kind of like they approach the boat, they get on there, they try and fight or whatever, and then they get whisked away, and they're like, "Yeah, fuck it."
But yeah, I mean, there's nothing else they could really do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that's that. Unless y'all got anything, I'm spent. Got anything, Treff?
Nah, I got nothing else for Ichi.
Not Sonald?
I am also Gucci.
Okay, we all squeezed out. That's going to do it for Ichi the Witch, chapter 52, 50-second hunt, freeze. Now jumping into Otr of the Flame, chapter 20, the Wind Spirit. Knox, how you feeling?
So this is the first chapter where I wasn't like, oh shit, I'm really liking what Oder's doing right now. It was fine, like it did, like there's nothing that I can specifically say that I had like a huge issue with or whatever. It just seemed kind of like basic to me. Like, you know, oh, we're down and out. The villain has the advantage, but now big titty wind spirit chick is, you know, fueling the homeboy, and now we're getting now we're getting a combo attack off. It just felt very like bare bones and generic in its in just like the story of the chapter. You know what I mean? But I mean, yeah, I mean it's fine though. I'm fucking with big titty Scotty.
Yeah, I'm here for Titty Mom.
Yeah.
Healer of wounds. Yeah, it's huge, massive. Yeah,
Bazongas.
yeah, crazy knockers. Big. Yeah, she's got a cool design. I want to see the rest of her body to see what the rest of like what the rest of her looks like. Cause
yeah, I'm trying to see what the butt cheeks talking about. The titties this big. We gotta have ass too. Shit.
I do. Yeah, I wonder though. I think she would be really cool. Like if she was kind of like a tornadoes design, where it's like her body is like in a tornado, so her whole lower body, like a Jin or whatever. Like her whole lower body is like in a vortex, and she doesn't even have like legs. She's just like in the tornado, because here you can't see anything below.
Yeah, that would be gas.
The
that
stomach.
would be gas. That doesn't really help too much for the spank bank, but I would love that design if we had tornadoes body.
Shit, I mean the bottom of the tornado gotta,
Oh, you right. Yeah. Hold on now. Wait a minute.
Crazy, fucking vortex blender, put a little water in there, get a washing machine going on.
What the fuck?
Yeah. We can make it work. We can get that twister.
So
put a little bit of water in there.
Yeah, get a little water in there. We can get a swirly going, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, you were saying something, Traffy?
Yeah, degeneracy aside, Traffy, what are your thoughts?
I will say I think that she will have legs, because in the introduction panel it looks like she has like wings that are kind of wrapping around him, and she also has a halo. And she also has the tiny wings on her ears too. But
what they got to do with
what
legs?
does that mean? Yeah, how does that mean she's gonna have legs?
So y'all were talking about like a tornado. And when I think about that, I would assume that the lower half tornado body would be used to fly with the wind. But if she has wings, then she wouldn't need the lower tornado body half.
I mean,
okay, I guess so.
They could be like overdoing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, it's 4 wings and tornado legs.
She gonna have legs because she got wings on her ears.
I know she got legs. I know she got legs because she got other shit. she got head wings.
It was from a design aspect.
I know she got shit that people got because she also got shit people don't got.
Holy shit. But yeah, I mean, just going through like the beats of the chapter, it's just like feels so, it's like the villain's, on the up and up. He's fucking up everything that you're trying to do. He's countering, and then he's like, I just want to see that. Even when he's like, bro, like I got a plan, like I'm good at reading the wind. I'm gonna guide your flames through this like wind socket or whatever like that. Like he pulls the crimson sword out and he's like, and the villain's like, nope, I got Sorol's arm, so here's Sorol powers. I already knew you was gonna do that. Okay, so we're getting countered at every, at every moment here. And then he's like, yeah, let me see that disgruntled look on your face. I want to see you cry and shit. And then, the main character obviously stances up and hits him with the, with the tenacious, determined look and counters that, you know what I mean? And then boom, now all of a sudden the wind spirit's here for Kutin to give him the power boost, and they land a combo attack. It just felt very, very generic in that way. Like I feel like we've seen like this exact like all of these, you know, in chapter story beats from start to finish in like other stories like a bunch in these shonen manga.
Yeah.
I'd say that this author seems to have a issue with pacing because to me this arc feels it felt good at first, but now it feels like it's dragging on a little bit too much. And then earlier in the manga, it felt like he was breezing through arcs, and it feels like they struggle to find that middle ground, or maybe it's something with their writing that kind of deters from the pacing regardless of if it's fast or slow.
I don't even feel the dragging aspect of this arc personally. I like a lot what Oder's been doing this last, you know, I don't know, I want to say like 5 or 6, this stretch of like
Since the
5 or
Wicked
6.
Horn's been at it.
Yeah, since the Wicked Horn's been adding, I feel like a lot of what Kawagushi's been doing has been really good. This is just the first chapter that just felt really basic to me, where it felt like I had seen like everything that had happened in this chapter before in so many other stories.
I do.
But
So I like
the pacing thing. I don't feel personally.
I like the rest of the chapters leading up, but this chapter is what made me feel like the pacing is kind of meh.
Yeah.
And maybe,
You probably get the
like,
feeling that it's dragging because there's nothing stand out in this chapter that feels like special or unique to Oder. Maybe.
Yeah.
And it's just like a
Yeah.
like almost like a, I don't want to say a filler like chapter
Yeah.
because it's not, but like, you know, it just feels like generic, like it didn't like move anything in any kind of,
yeah.
you know,
And also
specific
just
way.
they still aren't just doing the thing. Like they went to a place and they fought the guy. Like it's still no, like I don't know. Is it, a lot of this I feel like can just really be brought back to like the mangaka's confidence, because I feel like they either doesn't know if he wants to go fast or slow, and once he starts doing one, it's like, all right, I'll slow this arc down, and then like the reception for the manga is still not great, and it's like, all right, well let me speed it up a little bit, and then like he kind of like speeds over things that probably could have took a little longer to develop and people might have liked it, but then it's like, maybe I'll slow it down again. Oh, it just feels to me like when I see the pacing that I see like in Otter, like if I see it in another manga, it always just feels like a lack of confidence. Not that he can't write. I think he has the potential to write good stories and stuff like that, and his art's good. But I just think it's just like worried about being axed and trying to outrun the axe, and then like potentially getting to a place where like it would be fine, but still just not being confident in your spot. I
It
don't know if I'm
feels
making sense.
very, yeah, it feels very Monster of the Weekish to me.
Yeah. But like I mean the monsters have lasted for, several chapters, and like I thought that this one was interesting, but it's just there needs to be more around. Like I think they should have just did like they should have explored this like tomb a little bit and then run into him. Like they
S-
the arc started, they encountered him on the boat, and then they're like, all right, we got to go to this tomb. And as soon as they get to the island, they fight him again, and it's like there was no like breathing room. We didn't learn anything about this place or any people or anything like that. We met the character that mattered for the arc. Like we didn't meet other named characters for the arc. Like we didn't go to Kutain's like his place and meet a bunch of sailors and find out what they like and what's bothering them and shit like that. We met Kutain, and the other people were like unnamed and then didn't matter. They weren't shown again. And then like we went into the action. We met the dwarf chick. And we went to the action. We met XYZ character, and then we went straight to the action. But we didn't get anything. Like there's no. It's just meat. There ain't no vegetables on this plate.
Yeah, so when I said Monster of the Week, I didn't mean literally a new bad guy every week. I just
Yeah.
meant that it feels like they are going from fight to fight without any true motivation for the end goal. It feels like each part is a segmented story,
Yeah.
but not in a good way. Because, like usually arcs will have their beginning, middle, and end. And, that's how the entire story goes. But this feels like there's no overarching goal.
Yeah. It's like I'm eating a box of Oreos, but none of the Oreos have cream filling in the middle, so it's just fucking
Yeah.
cookie to cookie every fucking chapter. I don't know. It's a
That
weird feeling.
Yeah, because it's like I like it, but at the same time, I have these complaints that stop me from enjoying it.
Yeah, and it's almost like the art, like because the art's fine and fine to good. I don't think it's ever bad, but like it's had some high moments, but it kind of feels like the art is just like it's distracting me, and the fact that I do like Blade Horn, I mean Wicked Horn, like I think he's a cool character, and the fact that he pulled Sarul's arm is just he even makes him even cooler. Like yeah, he's a son of a bitch. Sarul was an honorable guy, and pulling out his arm and his ability, like that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that just kind of distracts me from the negatives for a little while. But once you sit and think about it and talk about it, it's like okay, yeah, it could still be better. I don't know. This chapter.
I think one thing that this chapter could have used was a little bit more writing dedicated to how Otr feels about the Wicked Horn using Cerul's body in this way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think that could have elevated the chapter to, you know, the level that the previous chapters leading up to it have kind of like hit for me, because I've been liking the last few chapters of Otr, like I said, but this is one that just felt a little bit more bland than usual, and I feel like at least a couple panels at least, or a page dedicated to Otr being, having some kind of words to say about how shitty it is that, a constituent of Ceruled, using his body in such a dishonorable way, when Ceruled was a lot more about honor, and Otr connected with Ceruled on that warrior level. I just think that
Yeah.
some writing dedicated
Yeah,
to Otr cussing him out for that could have made the chapter a lot better.
that could have
Because we only
been
get a one panel reaction, and then it's just like
Yeah.
drop.
And
that could have been more of the
next chapter Otr could say something about it. You know
Sure.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the fight is not over. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like I
but
feel like if we get that next chapter, I'll feel a lot better. But
they definitely could have took that further and had there be a conversation like you shouldn't be using his arm. He was an honorable man, and then Wicked Horn, laughing and going like that's the kind of reaction I love to see. And I got
yeah,
more things, pulling out another of Cerul's arms or some shit like that. Like he could just like feed into it, and then the chapter ends with like the wind spirit, like. The wind spirit thing could be like the last page, and it could be like the cliffhanger, like it appears and maybe it like blocks an attack, and then we don't know what's gonna happen next week. But oh, cool, we ended with the wind spirit, and then next week we end with this burning storm pierce or
yeah.
whatever.
Oh, that could also be cool if like the body part of Ceruled fights back against the Wicked Horn in some kind of way. Like,
Would be
Yeah.
dope.
yeah, be like, what the fuck? Why is my arm not doing what I say? Ceruled, is
Yeah.
it you? Like type shit.
Yeah, Suguru Getcho choking fucking Kenjaku.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, I don't know. It definitely felt like some things were missing here, and like especially after like Etsupurko kind of had like a lot of important, seemingly important scenes last week, and so like she didn't get anything, and this week it was just Cerul. I mean, not Cerul, but Otter and Kutane kind of like dealing with dude,
Yeah.
and the wind spirit kind of showing up to save the day. Um, but art's cool, but I don't want to just get to a point where I'm just saying the art's cool.
Yeah.
I want there to be
A little bit more meat narratively.
Yeah.
more meat on that thing.
Yeah.
And I do want to know, I guess, the process of this, because like, if body parts can be given, like, does that mean somebody can get, once they beat Wicked Horn, can somebody take Wicked Horn's body parts, or is this like, I don't think that it was stated that Wicked Horn is able to do this himself, but he's like Calorio stingy, so I guess she gave him the arm, but like, could that be? Could someone else do this? Like, is this kind of limited to him?
Reading Otter is like picking up a piece of fried chicken, perfectly crispy looking,
Here we go.
and you take a bite out of it, and the inside's pink.
Oh.
Reading Jujutsu Kaisen is like getting my meat sucked. Reading Chainsaw Man is like sucking meat.
Sucking meat. Yo.
Yeah, y'all ain't seen that shit yet?
No.
It was a tweet
No.
where somebody was like comparing JJK and Chainsaw Man. It was like one of them is a lot of work, and the other one is like, a fucking fun, enjoyable experience or whatever. It was way back in the day. y'all too young.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I do like that. Cyril, I keep calling him Cyril now, but Wicked Horns just like he just spits on everything. Like he's like laughing. Never once relied on the power of his Cyril. As great as a warrior he was, or wait, Cyril was a great warrior, wasn't he? Never once relied on the power of his spirit. Although he's like laughing. That's why he died, I guess. It's like, bro, fuck this dude. We got to get him out of here.
Yeah.
He a hater.
Yeah,
That's
big
all he
time.
does.
Yeah, looks like insulting Cyril and unleashing that big move was effective after all. Show me your fallen despairing expression. Yeah, I do. This is a good like shot, a good expression page of Otter, like looking at him.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. But yeah, we need a little more from Otter, man. But
We'll
it's
see what
already
happens next week.
yeah, it's already at 20 chapters, so it's beyond the 19 point. So I think we got at least another 7 to 15 chapters of Otter before, it gets packed up if it doesn't, make some
Really
improvements.
start
But
hitting its stride for real.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it takes a little while. Every story isn't busting off the rip, and
Right.
Jump ain't. There's stories ending and stuff like that. So Jump's probably yeah, it's cool. You can kind of coast for a little bit.
Big
So
titties will probably help for a little bit.
yeah, I mean, just yeah. I know she wasn't in volume 2, but go ahead and put them on volume 2 cover.
Yeah, like she rocking some fucking L cups right now, so
Yeah, them the motherfucking kill me with them motherfuckers.
the
That's how I like to die.
Q cup death.
Yeah.
I noticed
Yeah.
there was a certain person that wasn't talking about this.
Wait, who?
I'll leave it there.
Nah, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna say no names, but some people don't actually read manga until people tell them about things. Like they find out. Like I remember a very specific weirdo was not ever. They never in fucking 2 years tweeted about Make the Exorcist Fall in Love. But as soon as a very interesting chapter in Make the Exorcist Fall in Love happens,
Yep.
they're tweeting about Make the Exorcist Fall in Love and making videos. They never once talked about it again before that. So
Right.
somebody had to have sent them a screenshot or something, and suddenly they're catching up and they're reading a new chapter. So very
Yeah.
interesting.
To just
that some
have
people,
like a network of like gooners to send you fucking panels like that to
Yeah.
give you ideas for content. There's something just like so sinister and weird about
Yeah.
that.
very
Yeah.
interesting of so-called manga fans to never talk about a series at all ever until something sexual happens. I don't know why people would do that.
Yeah, we know what you are though.
I feel like you gave them the benefit of the doubt because you said that they caught up after seeing that. They probably just read the chapter it was from.
Yep.
No, I saw like after that I saw
Okay.
like
Okay.
2 pages from chapters prior to that. So looks like
Okay.
they saw that chapter and then went and read like a couple extra chapters. So I don't know. I don't associate with those fuckos, but
Yeah.
but yeah, be better, man. Actually read manga. Do that.
Please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, this has been Otter of the Flizzy. You got anything else for this one, Knox?
I'm good.
What about you, Trapper?
I'm Gooch.
And oh no, you're not here. Anyway, that's gonna do it for Otter of the Flame, chapter 20, the Wind Spirit. Now jumping into, you already know what time it is, baby. It's Big Bachi, chapter 95, Flood, 95th Flood. Yeah.
The biggest, the largest.
Yeah.
Big
Biggest.
Bachi.
Big Bachi. Yeah, man. This is banger chapter as usual. Kagurabachi, big cinematics, color page. Color page is dope, man.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
good.
He always does it. I love the page here. It's interesting because like none of these characters have been present for several
Right.
chapters. We haven't seen Samura, Chihiro, or
Hirohiko.
Hirohiko for at least 15 chapters. I want to say maybe had to go back and double check.
Who's this
that,
on the right with the big red eye?
I think that's Oh wait, that's not. If that's not Chihiro, I guess it wouldn't make sense for it to be Chihiro. Maybe it's Rokuhira, Kunishige.
Oh shit! Yep. Okay, there we go.
I can see. I guess it's Kunishige's eye.
Yeah.
I was definitely
under his
thinking it
eye.
was just. Yeah. I got my eye on all you fuckos. Yeah.
Mhm.
I will
Right.
say, I hope Hokazono's okay
Yeah,
because of the
100%.
state of this chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, it's looking kind
so
of rough.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't really want to go into the rough sketches that happen in this chapter. So I just want to say I hope he's doing okay and leave it at that.
Yeah, we don't
Samesies.
have to. Yeah, we don't have to like go into like, oh, why does it look like that? Because we fucking get it. Dude's a
Right.
human. He's like 22. He's been
Yeah.
fucking, when you're around that age and you got a fucking job like this, a lot of people got that like fucking work hard and fucking grind super. All I know, the only thing I need to do is work super hard, and it's like they work till they kill themselves because it's like the best thing. They think it's like
Yeah.
nothing,
Plus, we already
nothing
know that
overwork.
like the schedule of a mangaka is like extremely taxing physically and
Yeah.
psychologically. So
Yeah.
like we don't need to rehash a lot of the same statements that we always make whenever chapters like this come out. But like you already know what it is. We hope do cool.
Yeah,
Um,
get better.
I also just want to say before we move away from the color chapter or the color page that I love this like noise, this like grainy like noise filter that Hokazono uses for all of his color pages now. Maybe it's been like that since the very beginning, if I can remember,
Yeah.
but that's like his like trademark at this point. I just like love that in his art because I'm a big fan of that in my photoshopping 10-year
Yeah.
career. I use a lot of noise, a lot of grainy aesthetic stuff. So a man after my own heart. Anyway,
Didn't Samura like open his eyes? Am I tripping?
he did.
Didn't he open his eyes in
Yeah.
like one of the most recent chapters? So
Right.
like his eyes still closed here. Like, bro,
Maybe I
open
don't
up,
know.
bro.
Maybe he's just farting or something. Maybe he's taking a shit.
Yeah, tree vibing. Yeah,
Mhm.
good to see Hirohiko still crazy.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, jumping into chapter talking about powerful dynasties of sorcerers like the Sazanami clan and shit, and they've been around for a long time. And the fucking Kuminabi was brought in order to
Kamunabi.
establish. Yeah, so it's some good lore bits. We're finding out more about Kaminabi and that there are other sorcerer clans, which is what I'm looking forward to now. So I want to see, more gangs pull up, more clans. Get some of that stuff that we were wanting from JJK. Get some of that. People were hungry for more clan politics, more Gojo, more what was the Blood Clan?
Kamo.
Yeah, combo clan. Let's get more of that. Let's get some
I
more super cool clan stuff besides
I could
Samanami.
see I could see another clan moving in really soon because this is gonna leave them weaker. And so another clan might move in to take over, take their territory. Like you can't protect the swords, so now we need to, something like that.
Yeah, because the
Yeah,
Kamunabi was keeping all of the other clans kind of in check because of the Enchanted Blade situation, and now that
Yeah.
is what I kind of took away from this chapter, right? I mean, maybe I could have to go back through it again just to confirm, but that's
yeah,
my
yeah.
like, yeah. So now that like once word gets out, if it does, that the Shinichi was compromised through this traitor plot, and we got Hishaku members, turning up with Sword Saint, Sword Master influence doing Shinichi shit. Other clans might be like, oh, these Kaminabi niggas have no idea what the fuck they doing. All right, move in now, real quick. Move in here, move in there. I could definitely see what Traffy said happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start getting people making moves, and like the Sazanami clan's already kind of reduced to just. I mean, we don't know how big it is, but like fucking Kyora's out of the picture, so that's another big powerful party wiped off the map. And then if the Kuminabi loses control, and it's like, all right, yeah, it's really time for everybody else to start moving. So we could start getting a lot of clans, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 10 clans potentially,
Yeah,
10 or so. So yeah, it'd be dope to just start seeing a bunch of other new characters
yeah.
pulling up.
I love how fucking Azami just fucking rocks this nigga in his shit,
Mm-hmm.
bro. The fucking
Yeah,
the Aquaberry back fist to the wall, hit the fucking crater on his goofy ass, like, and he what's his name? Ichiki, right? The older
yeah,
one.
Ichiki, yeah,
Yeah, he even makes a comment like when he said that he was when he said he was merely younger, Azami was being humble. Like, yeah, the nigga was just straight lying. Like, this nigga's way stronger than yeah.
Yeah, 'cause he bust that nigga eye open, like his
Right.
whole side of his face is bloody and
Right.
beat the
Like,
fuck.
he's
Like,
twitching in the wall, like, Like, this nigga is done. He stood no chance. Like, I love humble characters that know they strong as hell, but, like, understand the hierarchy and positions of power inside of their faction. Like, this big bro, you know what I mean? Like, I'm way stronger than bro, but I can't say that. You know what I mean? Like, he's a higher rank. He's above me. Like, I gotta respect
yeah,
my elders type shit. Like, I always love characters like that.
Yeah.
yeah. That was one of the most satisfying punches I seen in a fucking while, yo.
Yeah.
Dude was talking good shit too. He's like, fucking, what do you say? I'm prepared to make many sacrifices for a brighter future, including my pride, including Rokuhira's life, and including you who resist me today.
Bink.
Fucking punched across the room, bro. Like
Yeah.
he just
Dented
knew
his
he was
shit.
hot shit. And he
Yeah.
even said like that nigga was distraught. He said that me and the other chick were like his assistants. So like that nigga was not only the like leader, but like the strongest of us. But nope, Azumi, that nigga just built different. His hands,
Yeah.
they
And he
rated.
ain't even got the gloves on.
Yeah, bro, what the gloves do, man? What the fuck? I
Right.
didn't see what
You know
them
what's
gloves
crazy?
He didn't even put the gloves on right now to go up against Yura. The nigga's still gloveless. Like, when do the gloves come out if not against,
Yeah.
like, a sword master, possessed Shinuchi wielder? Like, when do you put the
Yeah.
gloves on, my nigga?
Gloves come on when fucking Chainsaw Devil appear, yeah.
Yeah, and when was the last time he had, like, who was he fighting the last time he had the gloves on?
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe he's
Dogbert.
never like really had to use them. It's just like he has them and people know what they do, but he just don't be using them.
Just
Crazy.
throwing hands.
Yeah.
I like how it kind of feels like he would not have blindsided this dude if he wouldn't have added on the including Rokuhira's life. Because then at the end of the chapter, you get him saying, "Don't you worry, Rokuhira, you can rest in peace."
And you can
So it
even
feels like
see,
he
like,
really respects him.
in the panel where he says,
Yeah.
including Rokuhira's life, you can see, this nigga Azami, like, is drawn differently. He's like, what the fuck you say, my nigga?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
shaded differently.
Yeah,
he's
he's
got
like-
like the shadow over him.
Right, like, bro, what did you just say? To us? To me?
You,
Bink?
you lost as soon as you started talking about Rokuhira.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I wonder like how does he know that he's this strong? Like was he expecting this nigga face to explode? or like like when he hit him, was he thinking like the dude was gonna fight back or like how strong are these niggas and how strong does everyone know? Is it like a Gojo situation where it's like, yeah, Gojo's the strongest, but like I don't know, like
I
bro,
want to see Azami versus what's the teleporter nigga's name? Shiba.
Shiba,
Because
yeah,
they be glazing Shiba in the story multiple times, but Azami, I don't know, man. Azami got a lot going on.
yeah, Azami is the executioner. That nigga be beating the brakes off niggas, and like Yura said that Shiba was the pinnacle sorcerer. Like that nigga was the sorcery nigga.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
what does that look like?
That's just
And
because he ain't.
what
That's
is-
just because he ain't met Azami yet. I don't give a fuck. Like Azami about to show him how wrong that statement is right now. Like Azami's humble. You know what I'm saying? He don't be doing shit like in the public eye, probably to the degree that Shiba do. Like
I love this like progression of power because like for example, we know that Uruha and what's his face? Can't remember his name. The brother,
Natsuki.
Natsuki. We know that most likely the both of these dudes could be Chihiro. And then within the rankings that we've understood,
Chihiro without N10 or with N10?
it would be a close fight.
I could see Natsuki maybe getting Chihiro if he didn't have N10, but with N10 that's a completely different situation, especially now that like he's kind of dipped his pinky toe into the true realm of N10. I think was the takeaway from the last Samura bout. Like this is a different Chihiro coming back to this fight right now.
I guess it depends on when you were when you're considering like this fight will happen,
Right.
and like who's fresh and shit
Well,
like that.
it's more so just like a comparison
Sure.
because then you have Yura, who is dusting both of them while he's struggling to contain the power of the sword master. And so it's like, how ridiculously strong is the sword master in comparison to literally everybody else?
Right.
Well, that nigga's a nuke.
Yeah, he's literally a
Nigga,
nuke.
he killed 200,000 people and locked himself up or some shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. And then like Yura is just kind of manhandling, like holding them like children, just dangling them by their necks, holding them up in the air, and he's like, "Yep, we're gonna with this power, I'm gonna overthrow you guys, shitting on y'all." Toss them across the room, and he like. I guess he just assumed that like he was tougher than Kiora because he's like, I can handle it. He used Kiora kind of as like a a guinea pig or whatever to test out the sword before, and so now he's getting to experience that shit. And he's like, bro, to think Kiora even managed this shit, I'm suffering severe injuries all over my body from head to toe. And so,
No, he's talking about Kiora. So like Kiora managed to,
oh yeah,
wield
yeah,
the
yeah,
Shinichi despite a bunch of injuries after fighting with Chihiro
yeah,
and
yeah, you're
what's the old girl's name with Flame Bone?
Hiyuki.
Hiyuki, yeah, like he got his ass beat by them, and then and Yura's clean, like he hasn't taken like no damage really, and then the sword master entering his psyche while he's clean at like pretty much 100 HP is still a lot for him, and he's like, bro, how did Kiora do this shit? Like,
Yeah, this is so interesting because like everybody wants, like, so many characters have like different targets. Like Yura is saying, "I'm coming to kill you," like talking about the sword master, but like Azami is coming to kill Yura, and Uraha and Natsuki want to kill Yura, and Natsuki also wants to kill Hokuto. Hokuto wants to kill Uraha. Like there's like so many. It's like a pretzel. Like it's like
yeah,
so. It's a spider web of murder. Everyone wants to murder everyone, and it's crazy because like who's gonna actually get to fight?
right,
Yeah.
This is crazy. And on that last page where he says, "Don't worry, Rokuhiro, you can rest in peace." He's doing the thing. Like people were wondering, because Azami did this where it looks like he's like pinching lightning or something. He
yeah,
did this in like chapter like 13 or some shit when he was first introduced, and like he didn't do it again after that. And people were like saying maybe that's his sorcery, or maybe he like caught like a technique, like he caught a sorcery technique and like kind of like squeezed it out, like fizzled it or whatever. Like he destroyed it. Like somebody shot like something at him and he caught it and just squeezed it out. But it seems like it is his thing. And people were saying like maybe the mangaka like forgot because he hadn't seen him do it in a while. We haven't seen him do it in a while, but like it's back. So like he's clearly taking Yura seriously if he's gonna use his technique here. But what the fuck is this? This sorcery technique.
This man is Mustang. He's about to just start snapping and exploding Yura.
Bruh. Bruh. Dude's hands are big. Like this last page, like he's holding that whatever it is, that lightning, and his fingers and shit are massive. And then like when he punches Buddy, like his fist is huge.
yeah. Got them big meaty claws.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just not expecting dude. Like nobody was expecting this. Dude got fucking blacked out. Like he punched him, and then the whole like there's just a section at the bottom of the page is black. Like he's out cold. But I guess I won't say he blacked out, but then he's up talking shit or whatever, still kind of mumbling. It's futile, the power of the Shinichi, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so they're about to interrogate him, try and get some information. Yeah, man, this arc is just banging.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
it.
it's good
This is the peak of Weekly Shonen Jump right now.
Yeah, they're doing all the things. Yeah. The fact that the Rakuzachi was just barely allowed to exist is one example. That's how limited our reach is. Like a kid was able to get here. The fucking I forget his name, but they called him like Mr. something, the little boy that walked up to the auction.
The auction. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name either.
Yeah, it's like Mr. Lightning or some shit. Yeah. Yeah, no, good chapter, man. Fucking can't wait to see where we go next because there's just so much is happening. Hokuto is like back up because Hokuto kind of like laid down for a second after Natsuki like pushed him across the room and he like defended himself with his armor shields or whatever. But
Yeah.
now he's like, all right, time to get to work. So it's like nobody's getting a rest. They're about to, I guess, try and jump Yura, but a dude gonna come in and defend
He
him
about to
and
lock
shit.
in.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm back, baby.
Yes,
This
sir.
ain't a game anymore. We fighting for real.
Even Hokuto's like, well, time to get to work. The thing's happening.
Yeah, and I just love the fucking like Azumi is just so he's just so about it, man. Like Ichiki's like, where you going now? To kill their leader. Just that's it, bro. He's just walking down there to go pound dude into the pavement. Yeah,
Can't wait.
yeah. And, like,
Same.
how does he like dealing with the sword fucking saint like taking over his body and having to fight this nigga? Like how you gonna do that, bro?
Right.
How you gonna fight this dude? He executionizes people, yeah. He's about to execute you right here in this pond. Yeah, banger. Well, wonder. I mean, I guess it'll be a few weeks once this chapter is like collected in a volume or whatever, and the volume is online. But we'll be coming back to this chapter what 95 to see the updated art once they correct it and shit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to that. But I think I'm good on this chapter. You got anything else for this one, Knox?
I think I'm good.
About you, Traff?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. If we forgot anything, feel free to let us know down below in the comments, baby. That was Kagurabachi, chapter 95th, Flood. Now jumping into Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, chapter 4, The Boy Who Kept Repeating. And I don't know if I said it in the last episode or if I said it in episodes before, but neither of y'all were here last week, so I feel like I said it last week. But one thing I do really like about Modulo so far is that like they're not lingering on things. I don't know if I've said it already, but like in chapter 1 we had the ring thing, and then they kind of addressed that in chapter 2, and then at the end of chapter 2 we had the whole like Maru's brother Cross kind of like telling Tsurugi to fuck off, and then like instead of lingering on that and having it be like a beef where him and his sister are like, yeah, fuck this dude, he's sketch or whatever, and it being an underlying, something that goes on for a long time where it's like, I don't know if I can trust him because he's kind of funky. They
They nip
immediately
it in the
addressed it.
bud. Yeah.
Yeah, so they do that a lot in this, and I really like it. And I think part of it is obviously because it's going to be a short series, but like they do
Right.
it with everything that's introduced. Is like these are things that could easily be dragged on for a while. And here we go, first panel, Mars an alien. It's like we know. It's like they don't drag that out or pretend or try to act like it. I mean, even in the last chapter, like Yuka kind of like tricked him into being like, yeah, you're just like those aliens, and he was like, oh shit, damn it, you got me. So it's
Yeah.
like I love that they're just the plots are given to us, and it seems like things that normally a mangaka would drag out for weeks and weeks and weeks, and fucking here's a Vivi card, and oh, it's not gonna be used again for 200 chapters, and nope, it's fucking JJK Modulo. We get that shit next week, baby. It's already addressed. I really like that.
Yeah.
Speed up.
Yeah, it's good.
So I wanna make a comparison before we really dive into the chapter, though.
Go ahead.
A comparison to Otter. So
Okay.
Modulo is literally doing just about a monster a week. However, there is plot progression within the individual fights that occur, which makes it feel more natural.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
JJK also just kind of gets like
What's the overarching plot progression after a chapter like this in Mojuro then?
So this is more for the development of the relationship between aliens and the Jujutsu sorcerers or humans. It's furthering that as well as the character development, introducing new characters. It's mainly the relationship between aliens and humans that's kind of the central focus of the story right now.
Right.
So that's what it's progressing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I
So
get
that's
it.
just gonna happen with like Maru being there in every chapter and not freaking out and giving home base a reason to think that humans and aliens can't coexist. So like just like Maru's presence like by itself just naturally progresses the plot in that way, I guess. Then.
So more over relationship development between Maru and other characters, they service the plot
Yeah.
directly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess JJK, like, it doesn't really like surprise me because I mean it's JJK, and like we already had, there's a strong foundation to build on versus like
Right.
Otter being a brand new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, with like the
But
whole like week to week detective case by case like basis of like these jujutsu sorcerers like investigating like a situation, something like that. I feel like just kind of helps the idea of a monster of a week storytelling structure
Yes.
better than
yeah,
it does. Like that's just a better shell for this style of storytelling than something like
A grand
Otter.
adventure.
Yeah, like a grand
yeah,
adventure or something like that. Yeah, absolutely. So it just feels better, like with the whole spirit detective. Like it's giving like Yu Yu Hakusho vibes, like
hmm
type shit. It just feels good, to
yeah,
get like this, and especially because the way that these cases kind of get fleshed out is like there's like room for like a big twist, like at the end of this one. You know what I mean? Where like things are like really being handled in this like creative way to where it's like we thought we understood exactly what was going on, and there was like really cool, like wholesome, sentimental like stuff going on until the rug gets pulled out from under you at the end, and it's like, oh, okay, there's the darkness of JJK coming back out at the very end of this
yeah,
chapter with that twist. You know what I mean? So it's just doing things that kind of like make it feel like the structure that's being used has a fresh twist on it when it's the mind of Gege Akutami, who has a really good knack for this particular storytelling structure and how to liven it up with rug pulley twists and subversions like he's known for. So
Yeah.
yeah. I think this is a very good chapter, and I can see us having another one or two arcs like this, and then kind of diving into like what the series will do up until the end of its run, because it's
right,
only going to be like 6 months or whatever. So we're on chapter 4 September, so like we'll be running until like March, I guess, March, April. So um yeah, I'm thinking that like we'll get a couple more chapters or little arcs like this where it's like everything is just self-contained within the chapter. I mean, so far
this looks
this
like it's going to be a two-parter. Yeah,
yeah, this is the
Yeah.
first one. Now that we're on chapter 4, this is the first one that is taking place over more than one chapter. I mean, it taking 2 or potentially 3 would be cool. But yeah, this was a good one. I liked everything about it, and it was interesting. I didn't know really. I don't. Now that I'm rereading it again, I don't remember what I thought initially. Maybe that like the kid was a ghost or something, or like the kid was a cursed spirit. I don't know, but now that we see the end, it's like, yeah, he's what the fuck is he like a he killed his mom, and now he's doing, is he a cur? I don't know. What you guys think about this?
I think that this is
Uh,
like the mom. I think it's like the exact opposite of what the child kind of explained to Tsurugi and Maru. You know what I mean? Like I think it's like the story is like inverted where
Hmm.
like the kid found the dead mom, and it activated his jujutsu in a way that created this loop of first grade, for him. But it's actually like maybe the mom who is the cursed spirit that is controlling things through or after the loss of the son or something like that.
Hmm.
I think it's just like basically the same story but like reversed, and the mom is evil. Yeah,
Okay.
you know what I mean.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah, I like
interesting.
that.
Yeah, because like on
No.
the last panel, when she rips the face of the son up, like that's an old woman underneath that or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it's giving no, this story wasn't about the son and what the son did after the mom died. It's the mom and what the mom did after the son died or something like that.
Yeah. And then there's 5 bodies buried in a yard. So like this person has been murdering
Yeah.
and then going to school pretending to be the kid. So I wonder what their curse technique is. It's like taking on flesh or something? Like,
I don't even know.
is this makeup? What's going on here?
It looks like puppetry.
Yeah, because of the like guardian spirit thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. Maybe yeah, and he's got like some acupuncture needles in his
Got like a
face.
spool of thread hanging off the
Yeah.
chassis.
Hmm.
Chestises.
So you think this character, this kid slash mom, is like the character, like, or do you think they are a puppet and the actual like sorcerer is somewhere else using this like Shikigami to control this kid?
Well, it doesn't look like it's connected to him, so I don't think so. Plus, there's the reveal at the end with the kid ripping his face off. So I do think that that is the actual villain. Um, couldn't give you any more details though.
So maybe it's just using this guardian spirit Shikigami thing, and it's like applying. Maybe it's applying the like face makeup or whatever.
Maybe.
Like maybe it's
Maybe.
got some. Yeah, maybe it's like a plastic surgeon kind of stand type ability. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just liking the bits of information that we get. Like Sarugi's like mentioning like his grandfather had a similar situation, and Maru's in the back. He's like, whoa, he's learning about them, even though they're not like telling Maru directly, but Maru's like learning about like, oh shit, his dad, his great granddaddy or whatever had a similar situation where someone died and their jujutsu, fucking went crazy and ended up with a cursed spirit. And then like when the Shikigami appears, Tsurugi calls it a Shikigami, and Maru's like a Kallian. It's like, okay, so that's something that we're gonna find out more about. Like he's gonna be like, what the fuck's a Kallian? And he's like, what you guys call what you call that thing? A Shiki the Gumi?
Yeah, yeah.
Say yeah, and he can explain like the true nature of it. Like maybe the Jujutsu sorcerers understand it to be one thing, but he can elaborate further on it. Like no, that's not what it is. It's actually this, and you guys have just been kind of like using them wrong. And we learn more about Shikigami through Maru. That'd be cool.
Yeah. There's so much they can do because it feels like they're setting up like cursed spirits originate from space or something. Or maybe it's just cursed spirits exist everywhere, even in space.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's definitely just a lot to it, and we're gonna see how different cultures handle the same thing. But Maru's is from a place that's far more advanced than it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm loving the technology. The just advancements showing. We're 80 years after JJK, and they got fucking like hologram watches, and
Yeah.
instead of like holding cell phones up to their head, they're like touching their temple and communicating through like some kind of like mind phone thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool stuff. And yeah, what was this? Yes, Misaki is my son. Miss Takeda. Hello, 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 hello. And radio calisthenics exercise number one. What? Yeah, has he made 100 friends? What's going on here? Like this, there's some funky stuff going on.
So many questions, but we have to wait a whole week for answers.
Yeah. That's the beauty of it.
The
The
booty.
beauty and the frustration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, we keep getting cool, cool stuff. Like the Shikigami was dope, and the art for the skull, like finding the skull in the yard, that was cool. And just there's some good stuff here. Guess this is his mom's body. So yeah, there's just stuff buried everywhere. Where is Tsurugi at? Like when Tsurugi and Maru were digging up the kid's mom's body, like or what we are being told is the mom's body, but like they're at a different place than yeah, because Yuka's like we found 5 bodies buried in his yard, but like they're at a different place.
Yeah.
So like he's burying, maybe he's got 2 cribs, 2 phones.
So they
Not sure.
went to the kid's house. Um, it looks like they just ambushed him at school, and then yeah, it looked like they were still at school.
Okay, so he's buried. He buried. So wait, like he buried his mom at school. So apparently that's the story. It's like,
So that's what it looks like, because they never travel anywhere else.
yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Unless I'm missing something. Um, but yeah, it would. I like if this is like the mom, then I like how she played it off, and she's like, "Am I gonna get arrested?" And what's a neighbor? And just
Mm.
plays into that like child, you know, personality to trick the adults to make the men think that it's actually a kid, and fucking Maru's just showing how good of a person he is. He's like, I'll be your neighbor, friend who understands why things that matter are so important to you, and I'll be your first neighbor. And Tsurugi sees that. He's like, yeah, this guy ain't so bad. Cross sucks though, his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what did
That
he
guy.
do? What did she do to Maru? Because bro just passed out. Like we chilling, and then boom, he hitting the ground.
Yeah,
I don't
even know. Hit him with that Bone Thugs and Harmony touch.
Bum 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 bum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna miss man.
It's everybody. Yeah, good chapter though. JJK, Modulo. Ready to see what the fuck happened next week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is JJK wordy, man. I it's been a while. People been reading Weekly Shonen Jump. They ain't had no chapters with 3,000 words in a while. JJK
Right.
came back to do it. We back, baby. We back to big fucking chapter count. Big word count I meant. Let me see. Was there anything else I wanted to say specifically? I don't think so. Not right now, at least. This teacher dude's fucking creeped the fuck out when he's like calling the
Yeah.
kid's name in class. He's like, here, like that. That's a creepy ass fucking kid. Yeah, I can't wait to see what the story is behind that. Because if that's actually the mom and she's like going to school being the kid, it's like, bitch, what are you doing?
Right. What's
Why
going
you
on?
pretend to be a first grader? What's up with you? Maru fucking watering the frog. You got frogs on your planet, bro. And then
I
oh
like
yeah,
Maru. Maru's
yeah,
cool.
and he's apparently 19 in Earth years, and they both like, yeah, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Yeah. Well, unless anybody else got anything to say, I'm squeezed out. What you thinking? You got any more words for this chapter, Traffer?
Nah, I'm good.
What about you, Knox?
I am also good. Can't wait for the next one. Next one's gonna be a real banger.
Yeah, I think we'll have a lot to chew on with that next chapter once we start getting some hands thrown. Are they really about to throw hands with a fucking first grader? It's gonna be crazy. If in a box a toddler, how many what's this shit called? What's this shit? How many waves of fourth graders can you beat?
Oh yeah, with a sixth grader boss every 3 waves.
Yeah, it's like nigga, I'm gonna eliminate all of them, bro. How many you got here?
Shit, we got Pack a Punch.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's gonna do it. The boys are squeezed out. That was Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo Chapter 4, The Boy Who Kept Repeating. Alright, before we get on up out of here, you know what we gotta do, baby. The usual chapter of the week. Let's see. Traffy, what's your chapter?
Come back to me on that.
He wasn't ready.
Okay.
No, I
No, I'm
was
kidding.
ready. It's just I
Wasn't
don't know.
ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Take your time. What about you, Knox? You know?
Yeah, it's Gachiakuta.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come back to Traffy because I'm go ahead and say same for me. It's big cooter, man.
Big
gotcha.
Cooter.
Yeah, that somebody commented on us like potentially spoiling with comments and shit like that.
Yeah,
So
I remember
ain't gonna say
that.
yeah,
Yeah, we
so
gotta
I'll tone it back. But yeah,
Yeah.
plates, dinner time, and Gachi is
plates
different.
dinner time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Gachi
Sad.
just had too much going on this week, man.
Yeah, it was major. That was a huge, horrifying chapter. We genre swapped with this one. Like, that was
Nah,
crazy.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Big Gachi went crazy. Big Cooter. Well, all right. What about you? Time is up.
Okay. I'd say it's between Ichi and Gachi, and I probably do have to give it to Gachi as well.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
If you
sir.
said if you said Ichi, I was gonna know something about you. You just want to fuck magics. I mean,
What?
yeah.
That's you, nigga.
That's
Huh?
you.
All right. Don't listen to the Ichi the Witch segment.
Yeah, go listen to
But
that if you want to know what we talking about, because this nigga was
yeah,
on some freaked out shit in that chapter, bro.
yeah, no, that's these things. But anyway, that was it. That's 3 for Big Gachi, Big Cooter. Go check that out if you're not listening to it for some, or watching, reading. The anime's out, so yeah, watching counts. Read it, listen to our segment, whatever. Anyway,
Big
that's gonna do
cooter
it for
sweep.
yeah, Big Cooter Sweep. Check it out, baby. That's it for chapter of the week. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and read some of these comments that you guys left on the last video because we do that over here. So let's see. At Toomf1799. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure you told us how to pronounce that a while ago. Like I don't know, but I forgot.
Yeah.
Seeing Barum get eaten was perfect. As for Otter, it's fun seeing a villain that isn't stupid and makes observations in battle. Really digging the flow. Thanks for the video. Thank you for the comment. And yeah, man. Fuck Barum. That dude sucks. Flamethrower dude. So seeing him chewed up was very satisfying. Get him out of here. And yeah, man, Wicked Horn's been fun.
Yeah.
I like Wicked Horn. How you feeling? Let us know down below too if how you feel about Wicked Horn after this chapter. If you still feel that same way. But yeah, you got any thoughts on that, Knox?
Yeah, I think it was a great comment. I mean, um, Wicked Horn so far has been a lot of fun to follow. Even though I think that this most recent chapter was rather basic, like I said in the review, but
Yeah.
I don't think it necessarily takes too much away from Wicked Horn specifically. I still think that he's sizing up to be a good little antagonist villain situation, little villain moment in the earlier stages of Otter, and I can't wait to see what his conclusion looks like.
Okay. Traffy, any thoughts? It's okay to say no, baby.
Oh yeah, no. The Screw Barum, Wicked Horn's cool. Basically, reiterate what y'all said.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. At Curious Hero D. Sorry, I read the new Gotcha chapter before commenting, but Mimo has got to go. Nobody threatens the baddie.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Screw that guy. Get him out of here. He's a man. He's moving his way up, man. Fuck that dude.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Curious Hero left a couple of comments. Yo, shout out to bro. At Curious Hero D. The princess gave me some Vivi vibes this chapter on how she put her life on the line and decided on her own to become stronger or just do anything in order to help her people. Makes me interested in the rest of her family. Like, are the parents good and respectful rulers to have set an example on how to act? Are the siblings doing good or bad in their own ways? This was about Etupurko. Or is our third princess alone in her righteous ways with strong morals and is a sort of black sheep? And yeah, that was something I talked about in the last episode. I was really surprised by Etupurko's whole, like the way her character is, and she was like, she's royalty, and she was like, our people, these people pay taxes, and we got to look out for them instead of, taking advantage of them and raising taxes and treating them like shit and feeding them scraps. Like Etupurko decided to get her hands dirty and train and get stronger so that she can fight and defend for her people. I feel like it's not something you normally see when it comes to like characters from royalty. They normally just like fuck the peasants,
Right.
pay the
Yeah.
money. So it's like I really like that about her.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, she is good. And let's see. At Straw Hat Mercs, shout out to bro. Gokuraku feels like Ichi's Frankie. Cyborg that made adjustments by themselves, Tinkerer and Gadget Maker that could probably do mechanical things in a pinch. We're also going to a boat for an arc. The parallels are there. Maybe he will mess around with the ship or learn new techniques they can use for the group by observing the boat's construction. I'm mad I didn't make a Frankie connection. And
Yeah,
that
no,
shit.
that's a really good connection. I love that actually.
Yeah.
So
I
what
like
you're
that.
saying is Ichi is the next One Piece.
Hey,
This nigga.
I mean,
My
if
outfit.
Osama Nishiki can pull off, like she ain't going for 1,000. But like she currently is writing a manga with 400 plus chapters, and now we got another one at 52. So like, I can see Ichi going for several hundred chapters. I don't see it get. I see it probably reaching like 400, like at the max, because I don't see her doing, two manga that are over 400. Because I think Iruma's gonna hit like 6 plus. But yeah, I see this going for a while. But yeah, I feel like if either of you were present last week, y'all would have said something about Ichi and the One Piece connection with the boat and Frankie. Also, no Nox Hunter x Hunter references this episode. So
Yo,
congratulations.
there
Miracle.
were none.
Clap it up, yo. Anybody who
Although I
hates
did,
that guy?
but I did in the Modulo review. I brought up Yu Yu Hakusho, so close enough.
Don't count. Anyway, we made it through an episode, baby. I think that's gonna do it for the comments. We made it through an entire episode without any Hunter x Hunter references. If you enjoyed the show, baby, hit the like, hit the comments, let us know down below. Your thoughts, comments, concerns, baby. Hit the subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe button. Thank you for helping us get 1,000 subscribers. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers. Join the Patreon or the memberships if you want to support us. Make sure you smash that hype button. Not just the like button, but I gotta ask you to press multiple buttons because like you ain't got nothing better to do at Showtime. So hit the hype button, help us get on that leaderboard, and follow us on Twitter and all that other good stuff. Sorry Weeb couldn't be here. He had some family stuff going on, but you know what it is, baby. This was episode 40, and we're gonna head on out of here. Oh,
Wait. Before we end, we also want to thank Sid Sprint and local reading enthusiasts for being our first members. Much appreciated. Thank you for supporting us.
Hey,
Yeah.
thanks, brothers.
shout out to y'all. How dare I? Anyway, last episode I was saying we're gonna probably get an image or something. So like if you want to see your name on some sort of cool image that says shout out to the Glazers or whatever, hit that button, baby. We're gonna show some love to y'all in another way other than listening to my caramelly voice. So
Shout out to the Glazers is so fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, I swear I don't mean it derogatorily.
Nah, we might have to change the name of our membership.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Do you want us to change the name or not?
No, it's gonna be 15 comments saying like I was gonna sign up, but you called me a Glazer, so fuck you.
Yeah, give us a name that what y'all want to be the focusers. Yeah, what y'all be called? Anyway,
Yeah.
that's gonna do it, man. That's this was Big 40. Here's the Foden Mo. I'm Big Yato, and let the boys speak.
Peace.
Yeah, goodbye. Love you.
Holla.
Peace.